I think we can start. I mean, Brian just stepped away from the computer, but he'll be back soon. So let's start with experience points. Johannes, what are you buying? By the way, it's been some time. It's been almost a month. Wow.
Yeah, I was just looking at my experience log sheet, and it looked like the last time we did this was the 28th of April.
Yeah, that's.
Damn, son.
By the way, sorry, Sean, you by any chance you have your microphone away from your mouth because you sound slightly.
Does it sound better now?
Slightly better. Yeah, slightly better. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I was having trouble finding a headset this morning, and so I'm using one I don't normally use, and it's not as nice as my normal one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, no worries.
But anyway, I'll try to pay attention. Okay, I am going to buy 1 extra wound.
1 extra wound, all right, for 100, sure.
I'm back.
Okay, cool. Oh, so you're back, Brian. So tell me, what are you buying?
I think since it's going to be useful, and I kind of role-played a reason to have it last session, I'm going to go for resistance to disease.
Resistance to
because
disease?
that's what you.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you're in the sewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I had to reach down to my shoulder or something to reach for the guy's mace that he jumped.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can buy that, no problem. Okay, so you're buying resistance to disease for 100. And who's next? Lambert, what are you buying?
I picked up a strength advance. So I am now at strength 40.
Whoa, nice. Przyniesiesz mi?
Damn, son.
I've got to get 1 wound and 1 weapon skill advance, and then I can move on to another career. I'm really just trying to max this fucker out and get out. I want to get another. I want to get another career.
Halfling with a strength 40 is pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck up the other children in class.
Oh Jesus Christ! No, please don't do that. No violence against kids. And finally, we go to Gaston Larue.
I think I'll just go ahead and do an intelligence.
Intelligence, nice. Intelligent knight is not something that happens often, but I approve.
It screwed me over so many times so far, like not being able to do certain things. Because every time I have to do something, I have to roll my intelligence and I fail every single one. So just trying.
Yeah, I mean intelligence.
Trying to help that.
Intelligence is very useful, especially for all perception-based tests, and stuff like that. So that's actually a very good call. Okay, so you're buying plus 5% intelligence. Now, who's making notes?
I'll
Brian?
do it today. But since it's out of turn, can I just get 10 XP for the 1 session?
Yeah, I mean sure.
But it would be Andrew, but Andrew can't do it this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll do it.
We had a conversation before you got on.
Yeah, sure. Sure, no problem, of course.
Okay.
Right. So last time, in April, by the way, we had we split the party, which is always fun. I mean, this is the best thing ever. I love it. I can't wait to do it more often. Like running a game for 2 different groups.
Let's just split up into 4 different small parties.
Yeah.
and then the 2 parties split even more into 4 parties. How cool is that? How joyous! No, just kidding. But Johannes and Gustav, you went into the sewers with your friendly sewer jack, who almost cracked his skull because I botched his roll. Dayon Eman was his name. And because there's a huge storm in Altdorf right now, so the sewers are flooding, which of course, no joke, is a pretty serious thing. Meanwhile, Lambert and Gaston, you grabbed a coach, or rather hired a coach, and you drove to the Golden Lotus Club. Golden Triangle Club, not Triangles. Golden Lotus is from another Warhammer scenario, which actually some of us played here. Golden Triangle Club. And you've entered the establishment, of course. The people there, all classy and rich and stuff. They welcome Gaston with open arms. while Lambert had been treated politely.
I am overlooked, as is the case for all my short, stunty friends.
Yes, but you are still treated like a servant. A respected servant, but a servant nonetheless. Because this is the grim reality of the old world. There are those who are equal, and then there are those who are more equal than others. So, let's start with Gaston and Lambert. Gaston, you've been taken by... well, first of all, you've been greeted by the owner of the Golden Triangle, Everard Harstein. Actually, the funny thing is that you're not even sure if he's the owner. He acts like one. But is he really? You don't know. He seems to be in charge. And, after he told Lambert that there are servants who take care of him and tell him what to do, he took you by the arm, Gaston, and he leads you into into one of the larger rooms in the club. There's this subtle music playing in the background, some flutes and those funny string instruments from ye olde times. Not harps, because it's not ancient Greece.
Lute. Harpsichord.
Yeah, like the minstrels.
Hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah, the minstrels play them all the time. The music, it sounds like the music is coming from almost every direction. However, Gaston, you don't see any musicians. Then again, you also notice that the interior changed slightly. There are those very large pieces of cloth, of very expensive red and purple cloth, covered in gold filigree, covering the walls and actually covering the windows because of that, so that you can't really see anything that's happening outside. You do hear that there's still a huge thunderstorm, and there are at least a dozen people. So far, you've seen at least a dozen people of obviously very important status in the society of the Empire. Everard takes you to the room. The table there is of course already, covered in what's the word? Set for the dinner. You see expensive porcelain and of course glass, real crystal glasses and candles, stuff like that. Everard says, "Sir Gaston, I hope that your trip here was pleasant enough, and that what's happening right now in our first city didn't afflict you in any way."
No, luckily we took a coach here and it wasn't too bad. We did run into some stuff, but we made it past it.
Stuff, he says. I love this term, stuff. That's not something.
So, do you like stuff?
Yeah, like stuff and stuff. Oh, but he says that's not something that I often hear here in the Empire. Tell me, Sir Gaston. Let me maybe introduce you. This here is Colonel Ralph Frenzel, and he points at a man who looks. By the way, here's his name. He points at a man who looks suitably important, dressed very well, in this nobility-like outfit, but also mixed with a military uniform. You don't really have something like that in Bretonia because of your case system. The knights usually just they either wear their full plate armor or just clothing that displays their heraldry, but not like the clothes in Bretonia. They can't really be considered a uniform per se. And this man, he looks like his military, but also he looks like his nobility. There are of course medals pinned to his chest, and once again you notice that you're not the only one without weapon. Actually, none of them have any weapons. He leads you to the man and says, Ralph, my friend, let me introduce you to Sir Gaston Leroux, a noble knight of Bretonia. Says, the Frenzel fellow. He turns around, he looks at you, slightly bows his head, or rather nods. He doesn't bow, he nods, and extends his hand to you. Sir Gaston, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Ralph Frenzel. I serve in the Emperor's glorious armies, he says. And he stands with his arm extended.
I shake his hand and say it's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine, please. Tell me, how do you find our glorious empire? Have you stayed here after your noble king led what do you call it? A crusade? No. I remember that your battalions have a name for this. You know what he's talking about? He's talking about errantry war. It's King Luen did that during the Storm of Chaos. He mastered practically almost all of the Knights of Bretonia, and they rode out to help the Empire fight against the forces of darkness. And I would presume that Gaston was probably part of it, or at least, maybe you fought in a few skirmishes yourself. I don't know, of course, it's up to you. But you know what you would be talking about.
Okay.
Tell me, what do you think about Altdorf? Do you like it?
So far, it hasn't been too bad. Seem to have a homelessness problem.
Well, he says, and when you said that, you've noticed that both Frenzel and Everard, they went kind of red because they clearly didn't expect that kind of answer. They would probably expect you to say, "Oh, it's wonderful" or something like that, very majestic, blah blah blah.
Right.
And Everard says, "Well, yes, I mean we do have a slight homeless problem, but then again, this is all due to the post-war effects on our society. I'm sure that the Emperor, may Sigmar bless him, will take care of it once he returns from the north." Yeah.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes. And you see that the atmosphere, is kind of tense right now. Meanwhile, Lambert.
Yep.
What are you doing? You've been taken to
I
the
was
servants'
being led
quarters.
to the.
Mhm.
I was being led to the wine cellar
Yes.
by
Sorry.
the big-titted girl that douchebag was ogling. Who was obviously kind of drugged.
Yeah. You saw that.
Hey man, I'm a spy, not a diplomat.
Yeah. You saw that, of course. The
You're a spy, not a pervert.
yeah.
It depends on what you're spying at.
Wait a second. Yes, you see, you obviously saw that the maid has been dragged, and she slurred. She seems very obedient. You've entered the cellar with her. Not only that, but she's also dressed very openly, so to speak.
Provocatively.
Yeah. You caught a glimpse of the people in this party, and they are all those, old, rich fucks with too much power in their hands, probably too much money that they don't even know what to spend on. Obviously, most of them
all being spent on yachts.
Yeah, and golfing. Obviously, of course, most of them are not even, for example, disgustingly fat or something like that. They're mostly old and wrinkly. But this aura of power and of influence is almost palpable. The girl leads you to the cellar. The cellar, of course, is dark. It's slightly damp. There are cobwebs almost everywhere. You are probably kind of surprised by this. It doesn't really look that well maintained. The girl stopped at the base of the stairs. turns around, looks at you with this slightly idiotic look, and she's like, I brought you here, although I kind of forgot why I had to. Well, anyway, enjoy your stay. If you need anything, you can find me upstairs. And she,
It's quite understandable, my dear.
And she, moves past you and walks back upstairs. You're in the cellar and you are actually alone. At least you think so. What are you doing?
I'm going to make a case of perusing the cellar, just to get my bearings on the entirety of it.
So you want to search it?
Yeah, we'll do a quick search.
Okay, you can roll search. If you want, you can spend your time and add some bonuses to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll spend time with it. I want to make a case of actually looking at what's down here, to see if they're where the wine is, but also kind of as I'm going through looking over bottles and such, look for manhole covers, look for interesting things that might be down here that maybe shouldn't be down here.
All right. So in that case, roll me perception test. How much time do you want to spend on giving yourself a nice bonus?
I imagine with a distinguished knight of Bretonia, he would only want the best wines for his palate. I'm going to take 30 minutes so that he has time to carouse with the crowd upstairs, but also so I can sample the wines as we go.
Of course. So in that case, you can give yourself even plus 25 to your roll, let's say. You've passed, and that's a very nice roll. Yeah. So, how many...
That's a good omen, boys!
Yeah. How many successes did you actually get? Because 57 plus 25 is 82.
82. So that's one success on top? Or is it
No.
every 10? Is it every 10 or 20?
Every 10.
So that's 2 successes.
All right. So first of all, you made a thorough check of the place. You found wine, and of course there are not only bottles in the wine. I think they're called wine racks, right? Like the shelves with those funny looking rectangle holding places. They're called wine racks, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Just so there are lots of those. Hundreds of bottles here. Literally hundreds of bottles, and many of them you can see even from the amount of dust on them. Actually, they're probably very old. There are also caskets, and small and big, including 3 very, very, very large caskets that you have really no idea how they brought down here, because they are way too big. To get down the stairs. Each of them could probably hold a few people inside. You also found a manhole cover that is slightly out of the way of the let's call it main alley in the cellar, because the cellar is very large, very, very large. The manhole cover is, of course, grated. It's rusty. It's old, and the smell coming from between the bars is strong, to say the least. Smell of sewage, of mixing with the rainwater. So that's that.
I'm assuming that there's a full selection here. I could just pull any bottle would work. I imagine.
There is also no one else here except.
I walk over to the big casks.
Mm-hmm.
And put my ear up against them to do a listen and knock.
Sure.
That's perception again.
Yeah. Roll. You can roll 3 times. Oh, okay. Scratch that.
Eat a dick. I only need to roll it once.
Yeah, you can only roll once. So that's interesting part. The first one, when you've put your ear to it and then you knocked at it, you feel you hear that it's actually almost full, or probably more than half full. The other one is, you think, is also partially full, but not as much as the first one. But the third one is not only, you think, empty, like the sound was, hollow. When you've put your face to it and pressed your ear, you smelled something funny, something strange coming from between the the cracks, from beyond the wooden cover.
There, he got it.
Yeah, thanks. Something that you smelled once, but you can't put your finger on it. That's not exactly pleasant, by the way. Just want you to know. You feel goosebumps.
I smell bar. I can't quite put them.
I don't know what you're saying.
No, I'm mumbling to myself.
Okay, sure.
In character mumbling to myself.
Mm-hmm,
I was like,
sure.
I guess I just say, I guess it's empty. And I walk over to the manhole cover.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just a plate on the ground? Can it just be lifted?
This is not a plate per se. This is like made from bars inserted into the stone floor. It's secured by a large padlock. But the thing is that both the padlock and the bars, they look very old and they look very rusty. They're like covered in this grimy substance. They are, because this whole place is just wet. It's very it's very damp. It's disgusting, really.
I retrieve a bottle of. I've got some wines I wrote down here, so we're just gonna go with here. I retrieve a bottle of Rosé Noir d'Artois. It's a brandy from Artois, from the wall.
Okay.
And bring it over to the manhole cover with me. Just set it on the ground next to me.
Okay.
I'm going to take off. I'm going to take off my doublet and find where I stowed the file.
Mm-hmm.
And rip my doublet open to retrieve it.
Okay. And what was the vial? Remind me.
File.
File. Okay, sorry.
And I'm going to begin filing at the lock on the bars.
Right. Of course. We can do this in 2 ways. You can just take your time and don't roll anything, or you can do this quickly. But in that case, I would like for you to roll dexterity or agility. Right. Sorry, actually.
We're gonna roll it on the agility.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
There we go, baby.
And that's 2 full successes. Because it doesn't count them well, because 20, 30, 40. 2 full successes. 2 full successes. This. So you tore open your doublet. You retrieve the file, and you started working on the padlock. While sometimes taking probably careful glances behind you if no one is coming down to check on what's going on. It takes you a good few minutes, but eventually you cut through, and the padlock is laying on the side of the grate.
Gotcha. I'm gonna try and lift the grate.
It won't budge.
It won't. Fuck! It's rusted shut.
Yep. You need to use strength, and you have a feeling that it's not going to be very easy.
Probably gonna be pretty loud.
Not necessarily, but it can be.
Is there a bar in here? Something I could probably push in there for leverage?
You would need to make me a search roll for that with plus, let's say, plus 10%. If you want.
1 sec.
Hold on for a second, guys. I gotta go step away.
No worries.
All right, you keep on going. Keep on going.
That's a
But-
botch.
I would like to luck that.
Sure. That's a very good idea. That's
All right.
not a botch, fortunately. Okay. So, with that, for the first time, you've almost tripped when you were searching for something to pry this grate. You almost tripped and fell face first into a rack of wine bottles. Fortunately, you've caught your balance. Eventually, after a few minutes of searching through this almost maze-like place, very dark because there are practically like zero sources of light here. Like there are a few small olive lamps hanging on the wall and giving away very, very little light because the lamps are also very dirty. You found a crowbar, like not even a bar, just a small crowbar resting against the wall. So you took the crowbar with you and you tried to open it. So, I presume, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, instead of rolling on with a minus, I would like for you to roll on your basic strength.
Boom.
Yeah, and it only takes you a few seconds. You push with all your might, and with all your you put your full body into this. Eventually, you hear this crack, and you feel that the grate is giving away, and the camera zooms in through the sewers and right towards Gustav and Johannes standing over the prone body or semi-prone body of Dayon Eman, laying in the sewer, his legs completely submerged by the rushing water. So
Oh,
That's the breath of fresh air there, Cherry Heart.
Cherry Heart, he's not
so we
here.
can't see him.
No. I mean,
No, he did that cinematic way to move to.
yeah.
Focus.
You're not there yet. That's the thing. You are
okay,
still where
Okay.
we left. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Ah. But I thought it was like, hey, all of a sudden
That
you
was
opened it up and
convenient.
we're standing right there.
No.
God damn it.
Unfortunately, you still need to reach this place.
Oh, okay. My immersion is ruined.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bad GM. I'll go away now. But in all seriousness, Dayon is dazed. He's like, what's I can see stars, stuff like that. So,
My God, it's full of stars.
the stars are right. That's
Well, we thought we lost you there for a second, buddy. Are you doing all right?
tell me, did you stabilize him, by the way?
I thought that
Yeah,
Gustav,
we did.
Okay.
but I
Yeah.
could be wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure you guys had to roll for it and everything.
Wait
Yeah.
a second, resist. Yeah, you've resuscitated him after about 10 minutes. He lost HP.
I
Because
looked for his mace,
yeah,
and I couldn't find it.
you couldn't find his mace, right? It's gone.
Right.
Yeah. His mace is gone because he fell when you've all heard this very loud, terrifying scream coming from. Well, it's really hard for you to tell from which direction. You are in a very unfamiliar alien environment, and you're not really sure. But the scream was horrifying, truly horrifying, and Dayon slipped and cracked his head. Gustav, that when you get out, if you get out, of course, he will probably need to have this wound cleansed like perfectly, or else the infection will set in, if it hasn't set in already, of course.
Ooh, disease.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like,
gonna field dress it as best as I can, but it needs to be clean later.
all right, he says. Where's me fucking club? Where's me fucking club? My club, my lucky
I
club.
give him my club.
Oh, no, you keep it. You keep it, because the scream we heard, let me tell ya, you need it, boy. I have me dagger ready, and he produces, like, it's not really a dagger per se, it's more like a long knife, like a long butcher's knife, with a wooden handle covered in strips of skin, and the blade is all rusty and notched, but still obviously very like usable. We need to be on our toes, boys. Now, let's move out, or else we'll be in even deeper shit than we are right now. He says, and he tries to laugh it off, but you can see, both of you, that his confidence has been slightly, dented, so to speak.
Here, take my torch at least.
No, it's not a good idea.
Hold on a second. I gotta step off.
No worries. He says it's not a good idea in a place like that. A second or even third man should probably carry the torch, because if I take the torch, I won't be able to see beyond the light. But if someone behind me will carry the torch, then I will be able to see much, much easier, he says. So either you or this lanky fellow here take the torch, and may the gods be merciful on our souls, he says. So yeah. Are you taking the torch, or are you giving it to Johannes?
I'll take the torch.
Okay. So
Johannes rips it out of his hand.
Yeah. You're back, Sean?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
No worries. So you are moving out. Deon walks first. Gustav, you're walking second, right? If I recall correctly, and Johannes goes third. Yes?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So I would like for one of you to roll me d10. Just d10. For now. Which one will it be?
I will roll d10.
Mm-hmm.
I shall roll d10.
I shall roll...
d10.
D10. That's 5. Nice. So, you roll d10. Let me quickly check. As you are moving through the sewers, fortunately, Deon seems to know his way, and he also leads you through the tunnels, or even sections of tunnels, that while they may be smaller than the main ones, and more tighter and much more claustrophobic, sometimes you even have to go almost on all fours, they are at least mercifully free of the rushing water, for most part at least. Even so, I just want to really emphasize, this trip is hell for you guys. It's your backs are constantly aching, you're bent almost double, you are covered completely, almost completely, in water and sewage. And Gustav, actually no, sorry, Johannes, you roll that. Next time Gustav will roll. Sandy, as you are passing like a smaller section to your left and right, you hear sound coming from the left section of this particularly smaller tunnel. Do you look inside?
No.
Okay.
There's nothing to see here. Let's go, guys.
Then again, with this, even so, like, nothing happens to you, just when you've passed it, you hear behind you squeaks and like this what's the word, Peter patter, right? Of
yes.
Dozens, if not, well, yeah, probably dozens small clawed feet, hitting the stone.
Hitting the Grizzy.
Yes. Hitting the stone surface of the tunnel, and when you take a look back, Johannes, you see a host of rats, but like lots of rats, scurrying into the direction from which you came. Fortunately, not the one in which you are going. And you're not sure, but you think that some of those rats, they are carrying something, like on their backs. This strange shape of another animal. And since you are last, you don't really see the details, but you think you can see a tail, the characteristic like slightly white head with fluffy ears of a cat. Like they're carrying the cat away. This is very creepy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is super creepy.
Yeah, that's fucked up. So anyway, you are moving forward. Again, the time down here does not exist. You're not sure for how long you are walking, but you know that Altdorf is huge, and since you started right next to the, honestly, to the, well, maybe not to the Grand Cathedral of Sigmar, but relatively near this place, and the Golden Triangle is almost hugging the walls of the city to the west. That's quite a trek. Bran, I would like for you to roll me D10 now.
D10?
D10, yes. 8, thank you. So, eventually, you enter this. Like you've entered a few places like that before. This is the one of those convergence sections of few larger tunnels, sewer tunnels. Dayon always seems to be very tense when you've been entering those. He scans the entire place with his big,
back, guys.
Sure, with his big knife at the ready. Usually there's almost always water coming from the top, from one of the bigger grates located a few meters above you, exiting onto one of the city streets. However, this time when you've entered this place, you hear Dayon cursing loudly. Gustav, it takes you a few seconds to realize why, because you see in the middle of it, like there's not a grate above you in this place, and there are like 5-6 tunnels coming from emerging into all directions from this convergence point. However, there's something in the middle. In the middle, there is a large rock, obviously brought here because it's not natural and it's not part of the sewer. There is a skull placed on the rock. Skull is human, at least at the first glance. Mostly human because it has 3 eye sockets. 2 normal and a third one above, slightly between them. What are you doing? There's nothing else. What does that aim? There's nothing else here. There are no people, or not people. There are no symbols here. Nothing. But this simple single skull in the middle. Yeah, you have a feeling almost like it's looking at you. This is a bad place, Sir Dayon, says Dayon. Johannes, you've now entered the room as well, and you see what the guys see as well.
I make the sign of the hammer and spit.
This is a very bad place, says Dayon. We should quickly get out of here.
As a Chilean, do I know what the 3 means?
No.
Fucking hell.
Because you would really need to have a different kind of lore. That said, of course, all of you know, without any rolling that this is probably some mutant skull. Normal people don't have 3 eye sockets. The changed, however, well, they can have all sorts of afflictions, changes, alterations, stuff like that. But the aura of dread emanating from not only this skull but this place in general is palpable. And now I will need to roll for Daeon's navigation.
Mother Shalaya, shine your light in this dark place.
Okay, fortunately he passed. I know God gonna hear you down here, says Daeon. We are on our own. Let's hope that whoever brought the stone here and whoever put the skull here has been long gone. That tunnel over there, and he points to like a random tunnel to your left, one of, like I said, one of those 5-6 tunnel exits or entries, however you want to look at them. That should lead us further where we need to go. Follow me, he says. You give the skull a white berth. Yeah, and you enter the room. Once again, Johannes, do you look behind you?
No.
Then I would like for you to roll willpower.
Okay.
His name's on Hannah today.
Sorry, I had a terrible accident with this beer gushing on me, and it got all over my shit. I'm scarred for life now. All right, let's see. Willpower. Zoink.
Nice.
I would like to use a luck point.
This is a second 77 roll. 77 is This is not accident. There's no accident.
Okay.
The grandfather is watching us.
Okay.
71.
Well, I failed.
Yeah.
But at least it wasn't a bot.
You almost heard, once you've entered the tunnel entrance, you think you've almost heard some kind of whisper behind you. And only because in front of you, Gustav's,
I've returned.
No worries, stepped into like this large puddle of sewage water. You realize you didn't hear the entire, like you didn't hear what the whisper mean, but still you look behind you, and in this dim light, you're not even sure where it's coming from, but this dim light covering the intersection, you see the skull on the stone, and you feel cold dread running down your spine because the skull is like it's turned your way. It wasn't before. Like before, like when you entered the tunnel, like the skull was to you were to the side of the skull, but right now you are pretty sure that it's looking right at you.
Say, guys, let's move it from this room. It's giving me the willies.
All right. So let's quickly go to Sir Gaston. Sir Gaston, tell me, what are you doing? Because at some point, your host, essentially Everard, he left you. Like, he says, "Oh, I'm very sorry. I need to speak with Vice Admiral Schultz over there. We need to discuss something." And he excused himself. And of course he told you that if you need anything, you just ask a servant to bring you wine or whatever, stuff like that. So tell me, Gaston, what are you doing right now?
Is there a bar, or is it only like a servant situation?
No, there are only like servants. You actually don't.
Okay.
No, sorry. Actually, there are like maybe 2-3 very small, very elegant-looking tables with with wine glasses on them. Red and white wine, of course, is in the menu, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna go grab one of those glasses of red wine and trying to. Is there like a place that I can like kind of post up and watch like people?
Well,
For
like,
now.
first of all, you are sure that there are quite a few people beyond this room as well. You hear, you hear conversations from behind the door, both doors leading into this room, and excuse me, and you saw people like where you were when you were in the hall. You saw people upstairs. Here in this room, there's probably like most of them. There are like almost a dozen people here, not including servants, of course.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Trying to think. So would there be anybody that stands out to me?
Well,
Or I'd probably have to roll for it.
You would probably have to roll for it because, as I've described, you quickly like got the impression, most of those men here. By the way, there are only men here. However, the servants are half male, half female. Male servants, you've noticed, are acting normally. They are dressed in this red and gold livery of the club. Female servants are fewer, but they are dressed very openly, so to speak. And they seem to be they act strange. They're like not really here. However, if you want to notice something else, you can roll me perception test, of course, and you can take your time. Nice. I forgot to ask how much time, but it doesn't really matter.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Because this, you have like maximum amounts of success anyway, so okay, first of all, you are pretty sure that the women are drugged.
Right.
You've also seen a perverted old man. He's almost bent in half. He has actually a walking cane, very elegant looking walking cane, but he has this lascivious look on his face when he, every time a female servant, a maid, entered, and at some point he just, he approached one of them, grabbed her under the arm, and not so gently let her out of the room. You probably know for what purpose.
I don't.
Yeah,
Daddy never told me.
Once you get older, you understand. But
when a John and a drugged woman really love each other.
However,
Yeah, exactly.
That's my.
Sorry, what, Brian? What was that?
I said it has enough money for the prostitute.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, sorry, Brian. It's you need to speak up. It seems like you have your microphone far away, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just for future.
How's that?
Now it's much better.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, other than that, Gaston, you've actually, you hear the conversation, you hear them speaking, and two interesting things happen. One of them is that you are apparently a topic of tonight's conversation. Few of the men in this room alone, they speak about you. Rather subtly, at least they think so, but they don't know that you're one of the few Bretonnian knights who's actually intelligent. No, just kidding.
Right.
That you are one of the few Bretonnian knights, and I'm not kidding right now, who has like who has enough points in his perception skills. So. And I mean, you are sure that's why they are not very subtle about this. Now, I'm not going to RP every single one of those conversations because it would be too long, but I'm going to give you the gist of it. Do you think the Bretonnian will be on board with this? I'm sure he will. Everard brought him for a reason. Maybe they will want to do the same thing in one of their cities that they are going to do in Altdorf. You think so? They are never satisfied, you know that. They are always hungry. True, but maybe bringing him was a mistake. I mean, those Bretonnians, they are sometimes obnoxiously shivers. We don't have to worry about that. Shivers they may be, but they are a very simple nation. Nation of simpletons even, I would say. Ha ha ha, you are right. Stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. And second thing is, so the fleet has been moved away from Altdorf. Yes, indeed, everything has been arranged. The rivers are clear for their arrival. All we need to worry about right now is that the foci points have not been disrupted. Excellent. And like I said, this is not coming from like two people. You hear this from multiple conversations. Let's say that even, for over the course of like 20-30 minutes. And you see that those people are very, they are not hiding with that. They are discussing this almost openly, not loud, of course, not loudly, but almost openly. And then you hear another conversation about yourself from two, as I said before, elderly fucks, obnoxiously wealthy and, drunk with power, very clearly the so-called elite. Then again, you are a knight, so maybe maybe I shouldn't describe this to you in that way exactly. But you know what I mean as a player.
Right.
And this time you've seen that the two of them, even they are glancing at you. They don't think that you've noticed that they're glancing at you, but you know that they are looking at you. They are giving you the side eye. And you hear, do you think he will be a problem? Do you think that he may want to bring this to the authorities? Oh, please. Everard will make him an offer, and if he refuses, well, another Bretonnian, one more Bretonnian less. Stop it. Of course, they're not laughing this loud, but you see the smirks and you hear the cruelty, honestly, almost in their voices, in their mannerisms themselves, right? So this has been your 30 minutes of listening to them, and since you got 5, this is a very good roll. This is what I gave you.
Okay.
What are you doing now?
Well, in my mind, I'm thinking it sounds like it's best for me to kiss ass for the rest of the night and try to go along with whatever they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'm trying to decide if I want to go actually up to somebody, if it's even worth it. You said there's an upstairs to go to?
Yeah, I mean, there are at least 2 more
I'll
stories.
just go ahead and head up. Yeah, I'll head upstairs into a different room.
Okay. You go upstairs. And upstairs, when you've exited this room, when you've exited this room, male servant, who's positioned near the door, he says to you, Sir Gaston, I would just like to remind you that in a few minutes we will be serving the first course of the dinner. Sir Everard insisted that for tonight's feast, we will the cooks prepare traditional Bretonnian cuisine in your honor, of course. He says.
Thank you. This pleases me very much, and I trust that Everhard has chosen a good meal. Put all of my trust in him.
Of course, sir. Sir Everard also ordered us to give you any help and be of any assistance should you need it, he says. And you can see that this man essentially is ass-kissing you right now.
He's what right now? I'm sorry.
Ass-kissing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, he really wants to emphasize that
Get on that
anything
ass.
you want, he will give it to you.
All right.
So you go outside. You go outside and you go upstairs. And first of all, when you go upstairs to the first floor, you've been here before, by the way. Remember, and you walk past the corridor. You walk the corridors. Past many doors. You saw quite a few paintings and like travel and explore memorabilia, vases, artifacts, weapons from faraway lands, including you saw like a few Bretonnian arrases, stuff like that. And there are a couple of men here. Again, only men, only like the general age is like 45 to I'm saying, of course, like in players terms, like 45 to maybe 65 years old, maybe 70, sorry. And they are discussing, in groups of 2, 3, in the main room of this house. There was only a single group of 4. But other than that, you see that there are far fewer people here. However, there are also guards here, and the guards here, they look certainly interesting, because all of them have those strange silver masks on, almost polished to almost like a mirror shine, and at their belts you can see some of them have swords, true, but all of them also have those daggers in scaled leather scabbards with hills that have this snake-like motif, and they stand far away down this corridor from where the old guests are discussing, but it's very clear that they are guarding some of the doors. And you've heard what Gustav told you about the attack in the library. What are you doing?
Well, I'm staying away from them.
Mm-hmm. They don't seem
guess
to
I'm gonna
be
go-
hostile in any way to you.
Right. I guess I'm gonna go and try to mingle with some of the people. Unfortunately.
So you want to socialize, yes?
Right.
Okay, so you approach like one of the group, let's say like 3 men, and actually those 3, when you've approached them, you hear that they are discussing the prices of grain. This this season, that they will probably be much higher than, of course, in the previous year due to the war. And with some distaste, I mean, you are a Bretonnian knight, you realize that they are not nobility, they are merchants, of course, and they are only talking about money. And however, you've also noticed that when you've approached them, and when they are talking about the grain prices, one of them says, well, after this whole thing will come to an end, I'm pretty sure that Altdorf will need much more grain than before, and will be much richer. Yes. Oh, look! And one of them points his head at you, like nods his head towards you. The man in question says, "Hello, Sir Knight. You are the Bretonnian, right? The first son of Bretonnia that Everard brought. Yes?
Yes, correct.
Very nice to meet you. I am Hassobir," he says.
Nice to meet you.
This is a real name, by the way.
All right.
Beer.
Yeah. This here is Erwin Stanger, and sorry, this man, and this is the guy who was talking about the grain prices, is Gonzalo Mangold.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not evil at all.
And none of them actually extended their arms to shake yours, but they all bowed rather low for men of their age and status. And they look at you because, well, you approach them, so clearly you want something.
Right.
Clearly.
You're obviously
So
brain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask them, how long have you guys been members of the Golden Triangle?
Wait a second. When you said that, they look at each other. Oh, well, for quite a few years actually. I think, says Hassobir, that I've been a member for 10 years. Erwin, you've been slightly longer, yes? Oh, yes, says Erwin Stanger. I've been a member for, I think, 15 years. Oh, that's true. I've joined right after my return trip from the Southlands, all the way back. 15 years, that's quite a lot of time. And I, says Gonzalo Mangold, Jesus Christ, and I've been only a member for 8 years, but...
And everyone tells him to shut up.
But what 8 years it's been, eh? This here club, Sir Bretonian, is the finest establishment in the entire Altdorf. Oh yes, says Gonzalo Mangold. I'll never get tired of this name. Yeah, sorry? Someone said something?
Okay, it sounds like you guys have been here, members for a while. Do you think it's worth joining?
That's a rather interesting term that you are using, sir, says Hassobir. Guys, it's very colloquial, you might say.
Gentlemen.
Oh.
Forget I'm from the future.
What?
That was out of character, sorry.
No, I mean you can actually say that, and maybe you want to crack a joke.
Right, no, that's okay.
Alright. Not that joke.
Thank you. I mean, this is probably some kind of Bretonian custom that we are not aware of. Although, Erwin Stanger here, says Hassobir, pointing at Erwin Stanger, who is not Gonzalo Mangold. He's been to Languille, I believe. In my youth, indeed, says Erwin Stanger. I had the pleasure of visiting your fair city of Languille. Tell me, are you by any chance from this fair city?
I am not. I'm from Croissant.
Oh, from Croissant?
Croissant?
Oh, Carcassonne. Oh, right. Oh,
I thought it was pronounced croissant.
Oh,
this is out of character.
I thought that he said croissant. Says Gonzalo.
I'm making sure I'm actually pronouncing it correctly.
No worries.
Okay.
From Carcassonne. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that the capital of your fair nation? Asks Hassobir.
I actually don't know. This is out of character, but I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
Actually, roll common knowledge Bretonia. Let's see how far.
Okay. Because you might not.
Yeah,
you might.
Yeah.
Like my Sterlander character didn't really know that Reichland was the capital.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
All right, I'm rolling. Hold on.
Yeah. Nice. Now I need to check if Carcassonne is.
I want to say it's not, because I don't remember reading that when I read about it, but I don't know. Maybe I missed that.
Pretty sure Carcassonne is the capital.
No, actually it's not.
Okay.
D'Artois?
Couronne is the capital.
Couronne.
Yeah, okay.
And actually, you know that it's not true. Couronne is the capital. Carcassonne is not. So are you saying that it's not?
I've been mispronouncing it all this
no.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
right.
it's not.
Oh, says Gonzalo Mangold. Yeah, indeed. I know that it's not. It's like Sir Knight said here. Couronne is the capital of your wonderful nation. So yes. So tell me, will you join our prestigious brotherhood tonight, Sir LaRue?
I am considering it.
Oh, really?
Seems like a nice establishment. And with fine gentlemen like yourselves here.
Oh.
Seems like a good place to be.
A roll
Getting
perception
a little hot and
test.
heavy in here.
Hold on. I don't think I had that, so it's intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm. If you don't have perception,
Okay.
you roll on half. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You've still passed. You see, when you said, I'm considering it, for a split second, on each of their faces, you saw surprise mixed with disappointment, perhaps. But only for a split second. And, they look at each other, and Hassobir, who is not Erwin Stanger, who is not Gonzalo Mangold, says, oh, well, that's, I must confess, I'm a little flabbergasted. Sir Everard told us that you're practically one of us. I mean, I don't know if you know the rules of joining Golden Triangle. We are all here explorers of the foreign and wondrous, he says. Each of us here, fair members all, we've visited the farthest reaches of the globe, of this wonderful world. Wonderful, of course, and terrible at the same time. From the steaming jungles of Lustria to the mystical floating islands of distant Cathay, the members of the Golden Triangle have seen it all. And because of that, we are blessed. We are blessed by our gods, he says. More so, perhaps, than other common people, says Herbier. What the fuck?
Well, that's great to hear. I left Bretonia to explore. The rest.
Well, in that
would be
case,
nice. Go ahead.
In that case, you fit perfectly into our august ranks. A true traveler and an explorer. Yes, right?
Right. And I'm pleased to hear that Everhart already considers me a member. That's good news.
Oh yes. He's been very what's the word? Infatuated, right?
Yes.
He's been very infatuated with you. Yes, says actually this time Erwin Stanger, not Hasselblad. He says that having a Bretonian in our ranks will bring us much prestige, much honor. After all, that's what you Bretonians are all about, right? Honor and etiquette, just like us.
Of course. The lady blesses me and all of its people.
Again, roll me perception test. But this time you have plus 10%.
Right. Okay.
This man can be stopped. Look at those rolls.
It's a good thing I upped that before the game.
Yeah. However, Andrew, you also seem to have your microphone slightly away, I think.
Oh, I was probably just speaking quietly.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. When you've mentioned the lady, once again, you saw this confusion mixed with, like, with a feeling of being maybe unsure, crossing their faces, only for a split second. And then it also hit you. One thing, actually. You've been to quite a few Imperial establishments ever since you've entered Altdorf. Temples, offices, like common houses, taverns, stuff like that, shops. Everywhere, almost everywhere, there are signs of Imperial faith. Mostly, of course, Twin-tailed Comet and Hammer of their main god Sigmar. But also sometimes symbols of other old world gods like Tau, Raya, you know, shalia, stuff like that. In a few places, of course, you know, even the more perhaps to you sinister signs of run out, the trickster god, or the foreign mercenary goddess Myrmidia, but you haven't seen a single religious sign in this place. There are no twin-tailed comets here. There are no hammers. There are even no crosses with the skull inlaid in them. You know, symbol of the empire, cross with the skull. Not only that, but even those men, on their very expensive clothes and sometimes pieces of armor, mostly decorative, but still, they also don't have them. It's like this place is devoid of worship. Just so you know. For now,
Alright.
we go to Lambert. Lambert,
Yo, what up?
after you've opened the grate, what are you doing?
I am placing. I would have handed my cloak in when I came in. Damn. Is there like a tarpaulin in this room?
You need to roll for that.
All right, one sec.
Basic search test.
Nah.
No, you haven't found anything, sadly.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna leave this uncovered and open then, and I'm just going to return.
As I mentioned, Michael, this is not in the open. This is like in one of the side spaces of this.
Yeah, but even so, like covering it would at least obscure it some. But I'm going to grab that bottle that I grabbed off the wall, and I will return up to the festivities to find Gaston.
Yeah, when you roll me perception ear based test, when you're grabbing the bottle and emerging from
One sec.
from between the ale casks and wine casks and wine racks.
One sec. I'm just checking something real quick.
No worries.
Gotcha. All right. Boop, 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 boop. There we go.
When you are making your way, like as I said, between the racks and casks, stuff like that, you hear someone coming downstairs. You hear heavy footsteps, coming down. You think single footsteps.
I'm a pretty small guy, and there's plenty of spaces around here, so I'm going to slink back and find a spot to hide.
Then I would like for you, of course, to roll for hide. If you have it. I think
hide is not a thing.
It's concealment, I think.
Yes, I've got concealment.
Yeah.
Let me find it.
So I will give you, given the darkness, dampness, stuff like that.
Small stature.
Small stature, I will give you plus 30%, which is the biggest bonus I can reach.
I would like to luck that.
Sure.
This will be my other luck.
Sure. Nice.
Plus 30 will get me.
Yeah, and it's 69. Now I will need to. This is still a counter test.
Yeah. Well, shit.
But actually, no. Actually, you've passed. You still have more. Because in counter test, you need to beat the other roll, not have the same amount. You need to beat it. So you've only just managed to hide between like two large barrels, but only barely. And you perhaps even curse yourself quietly for being so, unnaturally
careless.
clumsy, honestly, and careless. You think that normally you would probably do this faster and more smooth-like. From between the barrels, you see a dark silhouette of a large man, well dressed. You see good quality leather boots and trousers, a doublet, a long cloak, a silver mask polished to a sheen on his face. He's armed. With some alarm, you spot a rapier, and even from the handle itself, you what's the word? Jeez. Can't think today, sorry. You recognize, that's the word. You recognize the weapon, the long dagger with a serpent-like hilt.
Yeah.
You see that that this man is like standing a few meters from the stairs leading up, and he looks to the left, he looks to the right, and he's mumbling something to himself under his mask. The weapons are sheathed, by the way, and looks like he's searching for something or someone. Do you want to roll to listen to what he's mumbling? Because it is actually possible to hear, but it's minus 30%.
Well, I'm gonna see if I'm trying to remember here. That's right.
By the way, you hear the sound of music, of faint sounds of music coming from upstairs.
I wanna ask a question first.
Sure, no worries.
Is this Everard?
You don't know.
I can't tell if this is him.
No, you can't tell. This is a heavy-set-looking man dressed in dark, very well-made clothes. He has this like half cape, put over one arm. He has the sinister, but very nice-looking silver mask, and a very, you can almost imagine the blade of this sheath dagger on his left.
I will try to listen in on what he is saying.
All right. His head swings left, right. It's like he's trying to find something, to pinpoint someone, perhaps. Roll me, of course, perception test. If you have keen, I don't remember what it's called. I think it's keen.
I don't have keen senses.
Yeah, keen senses. Okay. You with minus 30%. Unfortunately, you don't really hear what he is saying, but from his stance alone, you can see that he's irritated, perhaps agitated, maybe. Not aggressive per se, but it's clear that he's looking for whatever or whoever he came here to look for, and he actually, moves further into the dark. He's checking left and right.
I have a skill, or I have a talent. I have Mimic.
All right.
And I think I've been around Everard enough to pick up his voice enough.
Yeah, of course, sure.
I would like, and I use it I use it on perform checks, and speak it to pass as the person. As long as I'm keeping it pretty short, I think can I call out in Everard's voice? I'll have to roll for it, probably.
Yeah, but what do you want to say in his voice, and what do you want to do with that?
I'm gonna try and redirect him.
Towards?
Towards anywhere but the cellar.
But he is in the cellar. So
like
so
into
you want,
leaving
so
the
you
cellar.
want him to leave? Okay, gotcha. Sure. Of course, you can do that. However, this will be a basic roll. I can't give you any bonuses. You were long enough around Everard to learn his mannerisms and speech, but not long enough to be completely comfortable with that.
Okay.
By the way, if you don't have any luck and if you fail or botch, I allow the rest of you guys to give Michael one of your luck points, if you want it, so of course.
Boys, this might be an occasion. Let's see.
Nice!
Hey!
Wow, that's 5 full successes, if not 6. I can roll. Again, this is bullshit. It says 1 success. It's clearly not 1 success. That's 27, 37, 47, 57, 67, 5 full successes. No, 77.
Yeah,
6 full
6.
successes. Yeah, 6. Yeah, it's like, hey, actually, you say that.
Yeah. Can I help you, sir?
And what was that noise?
I would prefer to be left alone down here to attend to my compatriot alone.
Of course, sir, says the man from
But
the
not to be rude, my good sir. May I help you?
No. I was just looking for the halfling servant, sir, of the Bretonian halfling servant.
He was here. I believe he already retired back up to the party to find his Bretonian master, I believe.
Oh right, of course, sir. I'll be on my way. Just I would like to remind you that in a few minutes the feast starts. Anyway, I'm going now. And you see, he's going now. Very quickly, actually.
And then just to sell the point and say, now back to you, my dear.
You know, the man is like he practically ran upstairs. Yeah, if you really want to sell, you could do the few clapping sounds. But yeah.
Shit.
that.
like sit there between the barrels and like shake for a second, like fuck. Oh god, I'm good. All right, let's go.
That was very
Find
good.
a jar of mayonnaise and stick your hand in, quick.
Yeah. That was good. And what are you doing with that success, Michael? That's the important question.
I am retiring back up to the party to find Gaston and bring him the bottle that I have found.
I presume like a minute or two after the man ran upstairs.
Yes,
okay.
yes,
Sure.
yes.
All right. After a minute or two, you go upstairs. You leave the cellar. Once again, when you've passed one of the 3 large casks that I've mentioned before, the empty one, you couldn't help but notice that when you were passing it, you had this, you felt this, smelled this whiff, this strange whiff of this rather unpleasant aroma coming from inside.
I don't want to, like you said that I have smelled this before,
yeah,
but I can't place it.
You can't really place it. You don't really remember, or rather, when you try, you don't perhaps want to remember it.
Shit. All right. Well, I mean that kind of gives me an idea, but I also just don't want to think about that.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
I know this is a hard topic, but I need to remind this to you.
Yep. No, we're just going back up. I don't even
Sure.
want to face that shit.
Okay. You go up, and once you emerge from the cellar, you leave the small corridor leading to it. You enter into the main hall, and when you quickly, scan your surroundings, you see your your quote-unquote, of course, master standing upstairs, like in the corridor overlooking the main hall, speaking to 3 old men, middle-aged to old, middle-aged/old. They look at him with this polite, with those polite looks, but when you see the whole thing, Lambert, you can also see that at least 2 of them have nothing but contempt towards Gaston, that they try to hide, like they're not very happy with talking to him, even with, even being in the same room with him, honestly. But nothing else is happening except for the fact that suddenly a ring bells. A bell rings. A ring bells. Excellent, Michael. The fucking ring bells. Bell rings.
Not your first language, but it's okay.
Yeah, and one of the servants says, "Mine errand, the traveling feast is about to start. Please take your seats and enjoy." And with that, we switch to Gustav and Johannes, but first I need a 5-minute break. And we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Holy shit. Well, out of one bind and into another.
Uh-huh.
Fucking Slaneshi Colts.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny. It's like, hey, we're this secret cult. It's like, why doesn't this guy know that we're some kind of weird cultists? So that was just some mook that encountered you in the basement.
What's a moop?
Oh, just like a Joe Blow red
I
shirt.
think, I think it was just a thug. That's why I was like, could I tell if this was Everard or not? Because if I couldn't, then
that would be
this was going to
embarrassing.
be much harder. Yeah.
Like,
it's like, oh my gosh, myself is talking to me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm not too happy about the way the gout thing went down, because now I'm 3 days shorter on PTO, and just really didn't want to spend it on that.
Yeah.
My wife is going on a week-long vacation out of state, and I told her, I was like, well, I had my vacation, and I spent it in agony.
Yeah. Yay.
It's like, oh, but you can do stuff by yourself while I'm gone. I was like, raise the boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
you can do you can do stuff by yourself with a 1-year-old.
With a 2-year-old currently going through some real attitude issues.
Yeah.
Man, he's just being a real bitch about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's
the joy
normal.
of parenting. and then they get over it for a little while, and then they come back to it in middle school, and then maybe slightly get over it, and then come back to it again in high school. It's great.
We'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah.
Or it just never goes away.
He jumped out of the little red wagon a week ago and busted his front lip.
Oh,
and,
okay.
like his bottom lip, and it won't heal right until he stops fucking with it, but he keeps fucking with it. And I'm just like, well, you are your own worst enemy here, bud.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, are you on?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you wanted to just stop taking notes, like I can just go back and listen to it and take some notes before our thing. Like I don't care. Like I can break it up and do it. So that way you can do whatever you want.
I'm still able to get my stuff done while I'm doing it, so it's not that big.
I thought about that because they're recorded anyways, and I mean it really wouldn't be that much for me to do that. So it's up to you. You can still have the 10 points since you've already done an hour of it, but I can take over from here. Like just finish it up.
Here, I'll put in my notes, and if you want to take over,
yeah. What I'll do is
okay.
I'll have it up before next time. I'll go back and listen. Like I'll break it up into a couple nights and just do it, and write down the notes. So
Okay, I'm gonna put it in real quick. Where?
If that's okay with everyone else, if I do that.
Yeah.
No, I definitely
Okay.
have problems with this.
Because we usually have, I don't know, at least 2 weeks in between everything, so that'll give me plenty of time. So.
Okay, my notes thus far are uploaded.
Okay.
I would just let Michael know what's going on.
Okay. I mean, we can tell him when he gets on, or I can tell him like at the end.
I was saying like for clarity on when you get to it.
Yeah, no one. I mean, I don't know if anyone ever puts them up right after, anyways. Do they?
No, I always wait. It's always like last minute.
Right.
I do them as we're going. Otherwise, I'd never get back to it, honestly.
I'm back.
Yeah.
So everyone's here.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Andrew's taking over on notes.
Okay, sure, thank you. Right, back with Johannes and Gustav in the Fantastic Sewer Adventure number 2.
Yeah.
Sewer Boogaloo. So, you've been traveling for some time through the sewers. And, well, it sucks. It really sucks, as I mentioned before. Dark, damp, very unpleasant. The torch that you're holding almost went out a few times because of the water. And yeah, that's really unpleasant. However, I now need to roll.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Okay. So, what happened? And something actually happened.
Shit.
A few times, of course, the sewers, they are like going slightly down or slightly higher. Like they're not always on the same level. And Dion is from time to time leading you. Perhaps Dayon. He really wants to save on time because, truth be told, you think that he's trustworthy enough. I mean, you've paid him, so he's more like a mercenary in that regard. But some of the places that he's taking you through are really, really creeping you out. And you've noticed, both of you, that for some time you've been walking through the tunnels, like the side tunnels, that have been, strangely enough, maybe not filled with, but certainly covered to some degree with bones and skulls. And this is a sewer. Lots of strange things can be found here. However, Gustav and Johannes, you two are, you are medically trained, and very quickly you realize that most of those bones and skulls are in fact human. And you hear that Dayon is muttering something to himself. Something along the lines of, no, that's not right. Should have taken the left turn instead of the right. Oh shit. And he, of course, this he says very quietly. Then he takes a look back at you and he says, look, we need to move quickly. This is not a good place to be. I thought that will save some time, by going through this place, but this is not a good place to be. All right, we need to move quickly.
Okay.
Say no more.
And you can see that he is afraid, if not outright terrified. However, he is trying to hide it from you. You reach another crossing. Another set of sewer crossroads, so to speak. And same with the place which had the skull. There is no grate above your heads. This looks more like a chamber, like some forgotten, godless place. And once you've entered it, fortunately you can stand upright without much problems. However, the smell, it hits you with a delay because you've been walking through the shit-filled sewers for so long, for hours, literal hours right now, that your noses, they just feel numb. But this place stinks worse. It stinks of offal. It stinks of blood. It stinks of death. There are bones here. So many bones. Heaps of them. And not just bones. You see the red, glistening, puddles of viscera, of entrails, pieces of skin here and there. And and you can also see that there are like 4 sewer entrances / exits from this place. The one that you came through, of course. There's the one up front. 2 on the left and right. 2 on the left and right are actually almost completely covered. One is actually half bricked, but there are like a few bricks missing at the very top. So a small man or maybe a halfling could probably squeeze through. The one on the left is just covered completely in dirt, sand and rocks. And as you take a look around this place, you see that, and now I need to roll. You actually this needs a roll. You perception test -10.
Okay.
All of you.
Perception -10.
Wait, everybody?
No. I mean only Sean.
I passed.
It's not even about passing. It's about how many successes do you have.
Well, I rolled a 30 on -10 would be a 48, so
Okay.
at least 1.
Okay, let me quickly see one thing. Brian, how did you?
I failed by 21.
Okay, don't spend luck yet. If you want to spend luck, just wait a second because I need to quickly check one book. Okay, this will do nicely. I'm going to roll for Dion. Actually, he passed. And now I'm going to roll for all of you. Noticed 4 puddles of bones, of skulls, bones of all sorts, of the awful, entrails, stuff like that, move. So you're not surprised, fortunately. However, the four. I mean, you have. Before we go into initiative, let's say that all of you have a single free action if you want to do anything. Gustav?
What did we just see move?
Piles of bones and
piles
gut.
of bones are moving right now. 4 of them.
Oh, they're not moving by themselves, I imagine. I'm readying my club and my torch.
Okay.
Because what I'm witnessing is medically impossible otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Johannes, what about you?
I forget. Do I still have a lantern, or did we lose that because we fell in the or got douched in the water? I can't remember.
I think you've lost the torch, right? But not the lantern, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
Eamon lost his, I think.
Yeah.
He lost his club and his torch.
Okay. So I still have a lantern.
Yeah.
Okay, and if I didn't already have it out, I pull out my fancy dagger.
You pull out your fancy dagger. Okay. You don't have any long weapon.
I don't believe so. I don't believe I took anything. Let me double check. 'Cause I really don't remember at all. Boop boop boop. Or did I take a club or something? I forget. Oh, I thought that said Father Fatso. Whoops. What am I looking at? I am looking at the note. And that would be, I'm guessing, from the last time.
I mean, just look at your character sheet and see if you have any weapons.
Oh yeah, well, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have a club. Sorry, I ready my club.
You ready your club? Tell me, because you have enough. Let's say that you have enough time to put down your lantern and take out your club and dagger if you want.
Well, I can't remember. Did I have the lantern that you can wear on your belt? Because I thought I did.
Yeah.
Hooded lantern.
Yeah. Of course. Let's
All
say
right,
that.
So I will do that. And I forgot I had a crossbow. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean you had a crossbow, but no, actually, wait. You were walking with a crossbow. I recall.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. So I have the crossbow in my hands, and
okay.
I'm gonna,
crossbow someone.
Just
yeah. And let's say that you have the lantern just strapped to your belt. I think
Oh,
that's...
did we both crossbows? Shit.
I don't
Or was
think
it just you?
I don't think that you both had, Gustav. I think that only
one.
I think there was one, and I took
somebody had grabbed the hand crossbow that was already loaded.
I've got crossbow pistol.
Yeah, you have a crossbow
that's
pistol.
what you have.
Yeah, you have a crossbow pistol. So,
yeah, I have an actual crossbow.
So Gustav, if you want to have a crossbow pistol in your hand, you can tell me. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crossbow pistol, and we still need the torch out.
Johannes has the lamp.
Okay, then crossbow pistol and club.
Okay, but now tell me, in which hand are you holding the crossbow pistol? Because this is important if you're not ambidextrous. Because if it's in your off hand, then you have minus 20% to using it.
I feel like that would make sense, but like just naturally, he would have it in his left. If he's right-handed, he would have it in his left hand because he's never fired this thing before. He doesn't really know how it works. And he's not really counting on that to do much, but he still knows how to swing a club.
Okay.
With his right hand. So I think I would keep the club in my main hand.
Okay.
And the crossbow pistol on the left.
All right.
So it's just if something gets too close, I'm gonna hit it with the crossbow pistol before I hit it with the club.
Gotcha. So now I need to switch the music a bit. So what's happening is that you have the crossbow in your off hand, in your left hand. In your right hand you have the club. Johannes, you have the crossbow. You are shouldering it. Dayon actually takes out. Oh no, sorry. He only has the knife. Actually, funnily enough, Dayon will let me quickly roll. 1 3. Johannes, he grabbed your knife, that you had at your belt, and you know,
Damn it.
he took it out, so he has like 2 knives, and he screams at you, "Prepare yourselves, friends! The scavengers are coming!" And just as he finished saying that, 4 silhouettes explode from under the bones. And with this inhuman house, half house, half screams, they run towards you. And they are horrible. They are scrawny, hunchbacked humanoids with wild stares. Their talons are long and dark. They have, you know, wisps of filthy hair covering their heads. They are bent almost double, and their skin is practically bleached white. They don't have any clothes on themselves. They are naked, except for the grime, the blood, the feces, the filth. They just rush you without abandon. But first of all, I would like for all of you to roll fear. So willpower tests basic from all of you.
Zoop. Willpower.
This is where I would.
You.
Nice.
Oh, Gustav. Nice.
And now roll for Dayan. He passed as
I
well.
only had a 2 willpower.
Yeah. Right, we enter initiative. So, you roll D10 and add agility. Oh, by the way, I've actually decided to introduce a new rule. Since, you know, in normal Warhammer games, and I'm not sure if I was talking about this, I don't think I was. But anyway, in normal Warhammer games, you botch on, I believe, 97 up. Did I introduce this rule with 0, 1, 0, 2 adding additional bonuses?
Yeah, I thought you talked about 0, 1.
0,
yeah,
2.
being,
Okay. But
yeah.
I didn't said that in combat it would also give you, if you roll 0, 1, 0, 2 on hit, it would also give you additional 2 points of damage. Because this is such a good roll that you gain extra damage to every hit. Just so we know. Okay. So, Gustav, roll D10, add your agility. Remember, if you have any piece of male armor, you lose minus 10% to your agility tests.
Or minus 10?
Yeah, I mean to your agility in general.
Okay.
Even a single piece.
That. I'm gonna see what it does. Yeah, no, I definitely have some. So I don't know what Gustav doesn't have any armor, does he?
I didn't think so, right? Gustav?
It says leather.
So you have only leather, so it doesn't matter. Leather doesn't matter. Okay, so Gustav, how much total agility do you have with this row of 6?
59.
59, okay. So I'm going to Gustav 59, okay. Let's now make Johannes.
Okay, so I added the modifier in. I'm rolling on the initiative thing. Let's see if it double dips me for the minus. Yeah, see, when you add the modifier in, it gives you minus 10 twice.
Yeah, so just roll normally. Just roll D10, add to your initiative, and...
So 36 plus 6 is 42, right?
42, okay. So 42 for you. I'm going to roll for Dayon right now. Sorry, D10, not D100, my bad. Oh, nice. I've rolled... yeah, I've rolled 2 because the first roll was D100. I rolled 4 on that. So Dayon will have 44. And I'm going to roll on them. For them, sorry. Oh, that's reasonably good roll. They will be last. Okay, so Gustav, you're first, then it's Dayon, then Johannes, and then your assailants. I've entered the initiative order. I've rolled for every single one of them at the same time because it's easier that way. Gustav, what do you want to do?
What am I looking at? Are they people? Are they skeletons?
Perhaps they were once. No, they are not. They are not skeletons, but they are also definitely not people. They look half feral. They look inhuman, and they howl in such a way that gives you the chills because you've already heard this howl once today in the tunnel before. And they rush you. You see that they have long, broken claws. Their teeth are rotten, yellowish black stumps, but they look incredibly hungry, almost like they are half mad from the hunger. You guess. It's clear that they want to kill you, by the way. Like they're not they are not running to hug you or anything. They look like they want to tear you to shreds. So what do you want to do, Brian?
I'm gonna wait until I'm rushed. Actually, my strategy is to, when one gets close, hit it with the crossbow pistol, and then.
I mean, they are relatively close. They are essentially a few meters in front of you. They're not like 20 meters. They are.
Okay.
They will be upon you in a
Closest
second.
one.
Sorry, what?
I'm gonna try and hit the closest one with the crossbow pistol then.
Okay, so you are firing with the crossbow pistol. So how does this work? You don't have the specialist weapon crossbow, which means that I think normally you wouldn't even be able to use it. However, in my games, you can fire it once, but on half of your ballistic skill, and you can reload it. You can't reload it. Sorry. Although with crossbow pistol I could probably allow it after a successful intelligence test. But
can I use it in close combat and test my weapon skill, or does that have to be close to skill?
No, unfortunately not. You can only use it with ballistic skill, and you have it in your offhand, so that gives you additional minus 20% to hit. So
I only have a 28, so it might not even be possible.
I mean, no, you can on 0-1. On 0-1 you'll be able to hit, because 0-1 always hits. Actually, in our games right now, 0-1 and 0-2, so you have 2% chance to hit.
Okay.
Roll. And
sorry, it doesn't make any sense, but this is what I'm gonna do.
This is a single action. Remember, in combat you have 2 actions. What is the second action?
No.
Okay.
It goes playing, and I don't know where it went, but it did not hit my targets.
No.
Second action, I'm gonna try and strike it with my.
You can't strike it because it's not in combat yet.
Okay.
What you can do, remember, you can only strike. I mean, if you would like to strike it, you would need to make the delay action, and then attack any moment that essentially you wish, or do anything you want when the moment comes. However, I suggest parrying with your club. Make a parry action with your club.
I'll just stand by then.
Okay. And also remember, with crossbow pistol in your offhand, you can't parry. You can only parry. Actually, no. Let's make it that you can. Sure, but
I'm about to drop the crossbow pistol, to be honest.
But there will be a big chance that you'll be able, a successful attack will be able to destroy the crossbow pistol, because it's it's rather fragile. Okay, so you fire the crossbow pistol with your left hand. The bolt goes somewhere. You have no idea where. It just disappears into the darkness and strikes one of the piles of bones, missing the target completely. You prepare to defend yourself with the club. Then it's Dayon. Dayon is like shouting, "Defend yourselves!" And then he's making the defensive stance, which means that the enemy will get minus 20% to attacking him, to striking him, and that's a double action. So that's everything he does. Johannes, you're up.
Yeah.
You want to
level my crossbow at the at the closest one. They die, foul fiend of the pit.
I suggest also making an aim action, so plus 10% aim.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I will aim.
Okay.
That takes up my 2 actions.
Yeah, 2 actions because you aim and fire.
All right.
Go for it.
Points. I attempted to roll a command looking for the value of a selected token, but no tokens are selected. I will roll against my ballistic skill then. Fuck you.
Nice, you hit. Roll damage. The bolt strikes the thing's 23 right arm.
Okay. So it has a damage of 4. Plus
Plus d10. Remember, 10s are Ulrich's Fury or Sigmar's Fury in that case. 6, so 10 damage total.
So 10. Damn! I rip his arm off.
Yep. So 10 damage total. Whoa. You struck one of the horrible fiends in the arm with your crossbow. Black blood gushes everywhere. It's not even, normal crimson blood, it's like ichor. The thing howls in agony and almost trips but continues rushing you. And now I'm going to roll. So each one of you will get a single one of them, and 3 of them will charge each one of you. While the 4th one will attack, and I'm going to randomize this. 1 to Gustav, 3 for Johannes, 5, 6 Dayon. 3 for Johannes, but he's not going to charge, fortunately, so that's a plus. So, Gustav,
I know it's going to be me.
Yeah. Gustav, you're first. The thing attacking you rushes you, but you've managed to dance away from its claws. You see that they are indeed horrible, completely covered in gunk. You shudder to think what kind of infections and diseases they may carry. Johannes, your first assailant, charges you and goes for the... wait a second. It goes for your left arm. You can dodge, remember.
Can I?
Yes, because in my games you can always dodge, even if you don't have it. You just roll on half of your agility.
Okay, I will roll on my half of my agility. Points.
Nice.
Fuck you.
The claws barely missed you.
Do the Matrix. Oh.
Normally it would hit, but it failed because actually I need to double check. Yeah, plus 10 minus 20, it failed. Dayon just desperately defends himself with his knife and your dagger, Johannes, fending off the creature. But the 4th one, it approaches you, Johannes, and opportunistically it tries to shank you with its claws. However, it doesn't charge, so it doesn't get a plus 10% modifier for charging, but it does get a plus 10% modifier for one of them already fighting with you. By the way, Andy, this is a good training for you to learn how combat works in Warhammer. So I'm going to roll, and it failed, fortunately. All of you are locked in mortal combat with those horrible fiends. And now we start new initiative. Gustav, you're up. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and drop the crossbow pistol.
It falls to the ground, sure. And what next? You want to pull out your knife, I presume. Remember, weapon in your offhand gives you 1 free parry. That's very important. However, it must be normal weapon, not improvised one. With crossbow pistol, as I said, I would let that slide. However, it would probably destroy the pistol. So I suggest dropping crossbow pistol, drawing your dagger, and maybe attacking with the second action.
Yeah.
Because from up close you can see that even if those things were human once, they are human no longer. There is nothing normal about them. They are degenerates. They are horrible, just monsters, really.
Degens from upcountry.
Yeah.
Learning to ask less questions when something's trying to murder me.
So, roll weapon skill.
Okay.
You passed? I think you should.
Yeah.
Alright. The clubs, actually, I think you've passed with a roll to the head. So, if I won't make the... Yeah, it's a head bonk. So if I won't dodge, then... Let me see. Then this is going to end badly for this thing. Of course, I will try to dodge. No, roll damage. D10.
Okay.
Oh! Alright, add your
Nice.
strength.
3 plus
9,
9.
12. Okay, and so how this works right now? 3 plus 9 is 12, and I deduce his armor and toughness. He doesn't have any armor, so I deduce only toughness. Toughness of 4, which means that it's 8, but since this is a head strike, I double the damage, so it's 16 points total. What happened, Gustav? With a single swing of your club, you've broken the thing's neck. It fell to the ground, dead almost instantaneously, twitched a few times, and then lay still. Nice. Never fuck with the magic, right? Now we have Dayon. Dayon is going to try and shank the thing. He's actually going to make an aimed attack at the creature, giving himself plus 10%, and he passed. He passed.
I'll be back in a moment, boys.
Sure. The creature will try and dodge, and it dodged very well. I mean, you only see Gustav and Johannes. You only see what's happening to your left, to your right with your peripheral vision, but you can say that Dayon is just, engaged in this dance of death with this horrible abomination, cursing loudly and just trying to slash at it with the knife and the dagger. Johannes, you're up. You have unloaded crossbow and 2 horrible monstrosities on you. What are you going to do?
Okay. Well, so my question is,
Mm-hmm.
can I? Well, so is it one action to switch from the crossbow to my club?
It depends. If you have quick draw, you can put away your crossbow and draw your sword in a single action. However, putting away weapon and drawing your weapon are 2 separate actions. You can do what Brian did and just drop the crossbow on the ground. It's a free action, and then with a single action draw your weapon, and then with another single action attack. But you will only have a single weapon. If you want to draw 2 weapons, you need to spend 2 actions. But you don't have 2 weapons because Dayon took one of your weapons.
Well, actually, I do have 2 daggers, so it's just a question of which one he took from me.
Okay, so I'm going to roll d4, and 1, 2 is the better one.
Okay.
No, he drew the shitty one. I mean, the normal one. Sorry, normal.
Yeah, not the family heirloom.
Yeah. So tell me what do you want to do? Yeah, the Staller's heirloom. By the way, you have stats for that included, right? Or do I need to?
Actually, I never wrote stats down. I just wrote that I had it.
Okay.
So it's all 0, 0, 0 right now.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I think what I'm gonna do is since I have this big piece of wood in my hand, aka a crossbow, I'm gonna start beating them to death with the crossbow.
Remember, this is an improvised weapon.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So you are going to use the old buttstock method.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
on them.
Yeah.
In that case, roll your weapon skill. You just roll basic weapon skill.
My weapon skill stuff.
That's a bot.
Yeah, I will use another luck.
Sure.
One left after this. Okay, I just fail.
You almost lost the grip on your crossbow. It almost fell from your hands. That said, you managed to secure the grip, but your strike went too wide. Now the creatures. One of them will disengage from you, Johannes, and actually it won't disengage per se. So how combat works, Andrew, and I'm again talking to you because you play a martial character, so I would like for you to experience the combat yourself, of course. If, for example, you are fighting with someone, I'm not even sure. Are you even here, Andrew? Sorry, I want to ask.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Okay.
So how combat works? Right now, 2 enemies are fighting with Sean, and one of them will attack Brian's character because he doesn't have a single combatant on himself. Now they are all very close to each other, so one of the assailants won't need to disengage from Johannes and approach Gustav to strike him. I'm just saying that he's like making 2 steps to his right and he's right in front of Gustav. But if Gustav, for example, would be further away, he would need to either move away from Johannes normally, and that would give Johannes a free extra attack, or disengage, which is a double action, but that would mean he wouldn't be able to attack Gustav this turn. Remember, if you just move away from combat without disengaging, you are opening yourself to a free attack. So, one of them is attacking Gustav, the other one is attacking Johannes, and the last one is attacking Dayon. Gustav, starting with you, they have 2 attacks, but since I said that he's going to switch targets, I'm going to only give him a single attack at you, because he needs to make those like 2-3 steps to approach you. The thing jumps at you and tries to slash you with its claws, and it goes right towards your torso. Do you want to parry or do you want to dodge?
I will dodge.
You want to dodge. Alright, so you're trying to dance away from this creature's claws. No. Do you want to spend luck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will have 2 luck left after this.
Sure. You've
53 is my agility.
Okay. You've passed. You've jumped away just in time, and you've managed to avoid getting eviscerated. That said, Johannes, the creature in front of you attacks you with a flurry of blows. And what this means is that it makes 2 attacks, of course. The first one, and it's basic. Yeah, it goes right towards your arm.
Fucking damn it.
You can only dodge. You have a single weapon in your hand, and you didn't declare parrying, so you can only dodge.
Alright, I will dodge.
You've managed to dodge the blow. Very nice. And the second, -10, it failed. The first one almost opened your arm, but you've managed to, like turn yourself just in time. And the other one flew in front of your torso, missing you completely. Remember, when you have multiple attacks, every single attack after the first gets a cumulative penalty modifier of 10%. So first attack is basic, second is -10, third is -20, and that is for everyone. You can't really avoid those penalties in any way, except of course if you are, for example, fighting 2-1 or 3-1, then you also get bonus modifiers for your teammates. Right, and now Dayon's fiend. Dayon's fiend is going to slash at him as well. And that's a botch. I was waiting for that. Botches are the best. Botches are the reason why I'm playing Warhammer. I love botches. So I'm going to... Where are the botches? Oh, here they are. Okay. Now, I'm using the botch tables from first edition's Apocrypha now. I've been using them for years now. Brian and Sean and Michael know them pretty well. When you botch, Andy, you roll on a table and you apply this effect to your character or to enemy's character. Essentially, in the tables that we are using, the lower number is the worst. So you have from 1 to 10. I rolled 6. What this means is that Dayon's combatant overextended himself quite a lot, and next round he won't be able to attack, only parry, but they can't parry as well because they are using natural weapons. You can only parry natural weapons with natural weapons. So for example, they can't parry swords, daggers, stuff like that. Again, of course, there are exceptions. For example, I would allow a dragon to parry a sword with its claws, obviously, but not this thing. So first attack missed, but he has second still. Second miss as well. Then is you think that he regained some of his confidence because he's laughing. Ha ha! We have you now, my pretties! And right now, it's new round. Gustav, show them how it's done in Marienburg. What are you doing? You have a single attacker on you.
I'm going to swift attack.
You have 2 attacks?
No.
You can
I need to
you
attack.
can swift attack unless you have 2 or more attacks.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a swing with my club then, I guess.
Maybe you can either make an aimed attack plus 10%, or you can, for example, declare extra parry, or maybe an all-out attack. I don't condone this course of action because an all-out attack means that you won't be able to dodge or parry, but you can certainly do that. So, you know, maybe aimed attack because you have dodge, basic, and you have free parry from your dagger. So plus 10% to hit is pretty nice, I think.
Okay.
It's up to you, of course. You know, I don't want to advise you something that you may regret later. So
Aimed attack.
aimed attack gets you plus 10%.
That will not do.
That will not do. All right. So you once again try to repeat your success and smash this creature's head in, or rather break its neck. Unfortunately, they are crafty and they are fast, and the thing just, you know, dodged your blow completely. Now we have Dayon. Dayon is going to... Actually, I think he has 2 attacks, right? No, he has only 1. Once again, Dayon tries to find a chink in the creature's defenses. Oh, by the way, Andrew, as you can probably see, combat in 2nd edition takes a lot of time. That is, well, one of its, you know, maybe drawbacks.
It doesn't take as long as 4th.
Yeah, but it doesn't take as long as 4th, especially since 4th was marketed as being faster, but it's
streamlined.
Yeah, it's bullshit with all the advantages and
advantage.
Stuff. Yeah. But I mean, I kind of like that. That said, you know, all of the rules that I'm using, they are also meant to speed combat a bit, like the double damage for groin and head attacks, for example, or the no armor and toughness damage rolls when you hit an eye. Anyway, then we'll try and strike. No, unfortunately not. After his initial burst of, you know, confidence and gleeful violent joy, you can hear Gustav and Johannes, you can hear him cursing like, God fucking damn it. Sorry, run out, fucking damn it. And now we have you, Johannes. Are you still trying to
yeah, I'm still trying
to
butt.
Yeah. Strike the butt.
I think that's yes. I think that's more in keeping with what he would do. He wouldn't be fumbling around with shit. He'd just be like, I have a big piece of wood in my hand.
Yep. Wow.
Okay, last luck.
Okay.
God damn it. Alright, I just missed.
Once again, you've almost lost your weapon. And once again, the blow went way too wide. I would say that also it's because you are swinging this rather, you know, cumbersome large piece of wood at a creature that is honestly very fast and very agile. Alright, and now the enemies. Dayon is not being attacked this turn. Gustav, the creature in front of you just, you know, tries to scratch you to death. First strike goes towards your arm, left, I believe. I'm going to check in a second. Do you want to parry or dodge?
I will try to dodge that.
Sure. Without any problems. Yeah, without any problems, you just, you know, like jumped away from the blow. It honestly reminds you of your youth in Marienburg, you know, when you saw various gang members trying to shank each other with daggers and knives on the streets of the city. You watched how it was very important, you know, not to be the strongest one or even the most martially inclined one, but the fastest one. Speed is always like preferable to brute strength, and speed can save a warrior's life. However, the creature has a second attack, and second attack, fortunately, once again, you just swat away the creature with your club. Those things are getting very, very vexed because they really want to get to you. They want to devour you. They want to probably rip your entrails and just feast on them. Johannes, your assailant just tries to kill you, and first one completely fails. Second one completely fails. Yeah, but fortunately you are using the crossbow in a way that it even bit into the wood like 2-3 times instead of you, and you're just kicking it away. The one fighting Daon is still kind of dizzy because it spun on its heel and it got disoriented, so it doesn't do anything this round. Now next round, Gustav again. Same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say preparing if I need it.
Yeah. So roll. Nice. You've struck the thing in the shoulder. It tries desperately to to move away from the blow, and it I believe it failed. Yeah, it failed. Roll damage.
You have supped your last drop of blood, fiend.
Yep, D10 plus your strength. So 7 total, I believe.
7.
Yeah. So you've struck the thing into the arm. You hear a loud crack, and this thing whimpered, but it's still standing. It's still desperately trying to end your life. Daon is like, he's shouting so loud that's almost deafening. Drive them back! And he's trying to shank the creature. Oh, it hits the thing. Desperately tries to dodge. It failed. So I need to roll 4. Sorry, 10. Now I need to look at the strength of a dagger. I think it's strength -4. Because daggers suck.
I got a minus. I thought it was -1.
No, it's strength -3. No, really.
Oh, okay,
I mean, daggers are horrible. Daggers are very poor weapons.
That's why I have a -1, is because I took it into account for my strength bonus.
Yeah. But still, so 10 -3, 7. Okay. However, you hear a pathetic, cry of pain from the Dylan's assailant, and you can hear Daon like, "Aha! I got you now!" And Johannes, you are empowered by this. Your comrades are drawing blood right in righteous cause. So it's time for you to show them how it's done in Rakeland, straight out of Rakeland.
Yeah.
You know how we do
That's
this.
land.
Nice. 26.
Bam!
The strike goes right into the creature's torso. I'm going to try and dodge. No, I failed. Roll D10. Add your strength.
Okay. So
Nice.
3 is 10.
You have strength 3. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 total. However, improvised weapons are strength -4, so you only do 6 damage. However, you've pushed the thing away. You finally managed to land a blow, and this creature, it coughed loudly. It staggered back, but it looks at you with this insane insane fury, mate. Half from hunger, half from malice. It really wants to end you, but first we shall see if Gustav will be the unfortunate one to perish on the claws of one of the underfolk. I don't even know if they are called like that. No, first strike is actually...
These are ghouls, aren't they?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, out of game, yeah, they're ghouls, of course. But since none of you have common knowledge undead, not common knowledge, knowledge undead, I'm not going to say that they are. So the second strike hits. The claws go for your torso, Gustav. Do you want to dodge or parry?
I will dodge.
Okay, try and dodge then. Nope. Do you want to luck
I
dodge?
need to dodge.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one left.
Okay. Nice.
Oh.
Once again, Ronald is smiling at you because the strike, instead of opening your innards, or of opening your abdomen and ripping out your innards, just misses you completely. Johannes, we shall see if you are going to be so lucky as Gustav, because The first strike goes towards your... Wait, no, I don't think it will actually. No, the first strike misses your head.
Okay.
The second strike... The second strike, unfortunately, goes for your arm. Do you want to dodge?
Yes.
Roll dodge. Unfortunately.
No, and I don't have any more luck, so I get hit.
So, this is 14. We reverse, of course, every strike roll, so 14 means 41. Which is right arm. No, sorry, which is left arm. My bad.
Okay.
This is important, Andrew, for criticals, which are gnarly in this game. I'm going to roll damage. That's... Yeah, that's...
Oh, you suck ass.
Yeah, now I'm going to... This is Goose Fury. So, every time you roll a 10, you have a reroll based on your weapon
Do you
skill.
need luck, John?
No. Well, I mean, I don't have any more luck, but I don't need luck. I mean, it's okay.
You might need luck here. I have one left if you want to use it.
Well, it's too late. I already...
Yeah, and
I already got hit,
unfortunately
so.
not in this case.
Sorry, committed.
Yeah, like I said, I sometimes, like in the case of when Lambert was in the cellar, I allow other players to lend their luck, but this is rare. Like, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to reroll on his basic weapon skill. It failed, so it only deals, or maybe, it deals 13 damage to you.
13. All right. Well, let's see. So 13 minus my toughness bonus of 3 minus my armor bonus of 3. So 13. So 6 minus 13 would be 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then 13 minus 7 is, so I have 6 left.
Okay, so now what I would like for you to do is to roll me toughness minus 10.
Okay. That'll be rolling on a 29.
You've passed.
Okay.
All right. What happened is the Gustav and well, Dayan, obviously. Gustav, you hear a cry of agony from Johannes, and you hear something splashing your arm, something hot and wet. Johannes, the creature's claws open your arm. They drew blood, and almost instantly you can feel the heat, entering your bloodstream. You shudder to think what kind of diseases those things carry under their claws. So that was, I believe, that was the second strike from this thing. Yeah, all right. But you're still standing. That's good. Now, the last assailant is going to shank Dayon. It shanked Dayon barely. Now Dayon will try and does he have? Okay, he's going to try and parry this. No, unfortunately not. He doesn't have any luck. He's an NPC. Sometimes NPCs have fate points, but usually they are either very important to the story or they are the final enemies. So D10. Actually, 6 points. 6 points of damage. 3 go through. Quickly check one thing, sorry. Armor. 2 go through, okay. Someone noted that. Actually, I will remember. Now Dion needs to roll for this. Failed, so he loses additional 2. Now you've also heard Dayon's cry of pain, and you realize that those things are very, very determined and very tenacious. That was only the first, of course. That was only the first strike. Now the second strike. And the second strike also hits. Dayon will try and dodge. That's a botch.
Oh,
By the way, 100 is the worst botch possible. In this case, I declared that Dayon will receive additional D4 points of damage to the strike, from the strike. Because there's no botch table for dodging, only for parrying. Sometimes I use the parry table, but usually I will give you options if you want to roll on parry table, assuming you have parrying weapons, or if you want additional damage. So now I'm going to roll d10. 5 plus 3 plus d4 plus 1, so 5 plus
Sounds like
plus
there's a helicopter down there, guys.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to... it's called monster attack, I don't know...
It was probably saying like kaiju.
Yeah. Oh, maybe this is called zombie, so I guess it will be even worse, but we shall see. Anyway, 9 points, and again he will roll on his toughness. Minus 10. Failed, so additional 2, so 9 minus 9 minus 4 is 5, 7 total. Alright, you hear that Daon is getting essentially slaughtered. He howls in agony as the creature just rips into him. He's still standing, but barely.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Right, new turn. Gustav.
The sensible thing to do would be keep striking the guy I'm fighting, but I am worried about Johannes and Ammon. So who's closer to me?
I would say that...
Make it closer to Daon.
I would say... I imagine this combat that Johannes is in the middle. You are to his left, Brian. Gustav, and Daon is to Johannes' right.
Okay, so I can't really... And that's a pretty bad... Well, I can't even see the wound that Johannes has, but I felt the blood splatter on me.
I mean, you felt the blood splatter from Johannes.
Yeah. Could I hit the assailant he's fighting?
Yeah, you can strike at the creature fighting Johannes, yes, but you can strike at the creature fighting Daon.
Okay, I want to do that. I want to try and...
Okay. So in that case, you get plus 10% from Johannes fighting his assailant, and you can make an aim action for additional 10 if you want.
Okay, I want to save some for a parry if I need it.
Remember, you have a free parry from your offhand weapon.
Okay.
You have a free parry from your offhand weapon, and you can dodge. You can, of course, declare another parry. You have 2 parries in that case. It's up to you.
I haven't needed it so far. Yeah, I'm just going to focus on attacking this turn.
Okay, so additional plus 10%, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so plus 20% strike. You've struck. And this thing will try and dodge. It already had its turn, so it can try and dodge again. Because you can't dodge or parry until your next turn if you already did so. But its turn passed, so it can now. It passed 0-4. You tried to club it, but it managed to jump away. Perhaps, empowered or emboldened by the fact of what's happening to your guide. Now, the guide just screams hysterically, and I declare that he's not going to attack, he's going to use the defensive stance, which means that the creature will have a minus 20% chance of striking him. But he won't attack himself. He's just flailing the knives in front of him, hoping to turn this thing away. Johannes, now it's you.
Okay. I'm going to continue to try to bludgeon this thing to death with the butt of my.
You have plus 10% from Gustav.
Okay.
You want additional?
You're welcome.
Wow.
God fucking damn it.
All right, Sean. Roll d10. 8. That's not bad, I think. What happened? When you tried to strike at the creature, it blocked you with the palm of its hand with such a force that it jarred your arm. You won't be able to attack next turn. However, you will be able to parry, and you will be able to, for example, do the defensive stance if you want. Yeah. Now, those things. Gustav, your enemy is trying to use the advantage, from the fact that you're focusing on different enemy to just strike you down. Fortunately, you just kicked it away. But it's persistent in its tries, and so it fails once again. You're just making it shoo with the dagger, keeping it at distance. The combatant fighting Johannes, however, feels that he's perhaps an easy prey and tries to murder him, but no dice. Yeah, Johannes, even though you can't hit any of those things, you are pretty good at keeping them at bay with the heavy crossbow. And finally, the assailant, the Daeon's assailant, is trying to murder the fuck out of him, but with the defensive stance, he doesn't have any luck. Now, before we go further, let's jump to the party. The feast starts. Sir Gaston, are you going to the dining room?
Yes.
All right. Your newfound friends, so to speak, they also say like, oh, finally, I'm starving. I hope that this feast will be as excellent as the previous one. Indeed, says her beer. And so you are going downstairs. Gaston, you see that as you are walking downstairs, you see Lambert. And Lambert, you also spot, of course, your charge. Are you speaking to each other, or are you just pretending, not to see each other and avoid any contact?
No. As a good servant, I'm going to go up to my charge and say, I am sorry, Sir Gaston. It took a while to source a brandy from your homeland.
No worries at all. I trust your taste.
The servants are taking you to the room, like to the biggest room probably in this section of the manor. The one that you've entered before, Sir Gaston, the one in which you met, some of the guests. The table is mostly occupied. You're one of the last people to sit, and actually the servant led you to practically to the head of the table. You're sitting right next to Everard, who's of course at the head. In front of you, there's cutlery, there are plates, and there's already food. True to what you've heard, you can see that even from the smells, you can see that the cuisine here is mostly Bretonnian, and actually it smells very, very good. It smells like home. There are obviously bottles of wine and brandy, no beer, by the way, because this is commoner's drink. But wine, there's plenty of it, red and white. No sparkling yet, probably. When the last person sits at the table, and you can see Sir Gaston and Lambert, you as well, because you and other servants are hugging the walls of this place.
Mm-hmm.
Other servants of the people here, of course, as well as the few stoned maids and few servants of the club. Everard gets up, reaches under his robe and produces a small golden bell and rings the bell. The bell gives off this nice, actually very quiet chime. Everard puts the bell away, looks at everyone gathered and says, "Welcome, friends, to the 26th feast, 26th Travelers Feast in our august and highly esteemed club. I'm glad to see all of you here gathered. Mostly old faces," he laughs quietly, "and a couple of new ones." And he looks at you, Gaston. I'm not going to bore you with long speeches because I know that you are all very hungry. I know that I am, he says, once again, winking at everyone. So for now, let's just eat, discuss things that we want to discuss with each other, and then, after dessert, we will move to, and he hesitates, slightly more interesting part of the evening. But for now, enjoy this feast in honor of our honorable guest from far Bretonia. He looks at you, Gaston. The cuisine is mostly inspired by that country's delicacies and culinary traditions. I hope that you will all enjoy this evening's meal. And with that, he sits down, and the servants, they pull up the covers. Like, what's the word when you have the food under like this dome like thingy? Is there a word for that?
Like,
Is it the chafing dishes?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So
I don't know.
they are. Of course, none of you, Sir Gaston. Not even a single one of the guests get themselves food on the plates. The servants are giving you food, and very quickly you are just. I mean, you've been starving, and this food is excellent. The wine is excellent as well. Truth be told, it's not precisely Bretonian, but you can see that the cooks were indeed,
trying their best, man.
Yeah, they try to recreate some traditional Bretonian dishes, and even if it's not like 100% authentic, it is still the highest possible quality when it comes to eating in the old world. Like, no joke, Gaston, this kind of food could find its way to the plate of a duke or even the king himself. For the first 10 minutes, everyone is just eating in silence, but then small conversations start here and there at the table. People start discussing something. One of the guests sitting to your left looks at you, Gaston, and says, "Oh, greetings. I am Hatto Gildemeister. Pleasure to meet you, Sir Knight." And he raises a glass in your honor, Gaston.
I raise my glass to him and say, "Pleasure to meet you as well."
So tell me, If that's no secret, of course, says Hatto, who honestly looks like everyone else here. Like, they are all mostly, grey of hair. They have beards or mustaches, trimmed to almost perfection. Hatto looks like he's one of the more fatter ones. He has a gut, but it's also covered by a rather cleverly, created piece of clothing covering him. He has also a huge golden medallion on a gold chain hanging from his neck. Actually, the golden medallion is infused with jewels. You have no idea, like, if it has any significance, if it means something, or it's just a piece of jewelry. He looks at you. If that's nuts, if this is no secret, what brings you to our fair empire, Sir LaRue?
Well, I've been in Bretonia for a very long time, and I wanted to see what outside of Bretonia is like.
I see. And what do you think so far of our fair nation? If I may ask, of course.
So far, I like it. It's different. Different from home, but not bad.
Really? Oh, we have quite a few differences. The empire and your kingdom. For example, when it comes to and he hesitates for a second, peasantry, so to speak, or rather farmers in our case and peasants in yours. Tell me, are there any plans to make the lives of your peasants more? You have a feeling that you want to use the word civilized, but use the word bearable.
Well, unfortunately, it won't be up to me. It would be up to the Duke.
Oh,
but
I see.
I'm sure maybe we could do something. Maybe I can put something in the Duke's ear, but I don't know how much good it will do, since I don't really have that much power.
But wait, you're saying Duke, so in your lands, is there actually I thought that the king was making decrees when it comes to social related
well, there's dukedoms in Bretonia.
Well, yes, but the king rules all of you, right?
Out of character. I didn't realize there was a king of Bretonia.
Yeah, the king of Bretonia.
I was thinking the same thing.
Is
the lady?
Is the ultimate ruler.
Right.
He's also the duke of the province from which he comes, from the dukedom from which he comes. Yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to be like American government and say it's up to the states.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah. States' rights.
Right.
So I mean, you would know that the king has the ultimate say, even without rolling the stone. That's common knowledge.
Right.
So he says, I thought that your king would decide in matters like that.
Well, of course, but the dukes are kind of an in-between, so...
I mean, I understand that he's probably a very busy man, so he would almost certainly... It's like with our electoral system, Karl Franz, may he reign forever, is our emperor, but... Karl Franz! But, of course, and he declares many laws, says Hatto with this slight, hesitation. But when it comes to governing, governing certain provinces, of course, the matters lie in the hands of electoral counts. That's just normal. I mean, and this is also, I think, common sense. You don't really want to give a single person, single entity, too much power. This would be unwise, don't you think? That would be unwise, don't you think?
Well, It might not work for you.
Explain, please, if you will.
Well, just because we have different government systems doesn't mean that necessarily yours is better.
No, I didn't say that, Sir Gaston. I just say that well, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't it work the same in your case? I mean, your king declaring laws, but the dukes, the rulers of different dukedoms, they can introduce their own laws as well, right?
Yes.
Right. You see that he has this polite look on his face, with a slightly uneasy smile, because he's not sure if you want to talk to him, or are you just saying yes, no, because you have enough of him already. Fortunately for him, perhaps, the second course is entering. Now, Lambert, what about you? You see that Gaston, has been engaged in conversation with one of the powerful old fucks. You've been, however, idle, and naturally, right now, the servants are not eating anything. You are just sitting under the walls, ready to serve if the need arises.
I occasionally slip forward to. We really should have gone over the fucking signals on this, but I'm just occasionally slipping forward to make sure that Gaston's glass is never half empty.
Mm-hmm.
And each time I'm well, if I'm trying to whisper information to him that would not be picked up by somebody else.
You won't be able to whisper to him at the table like
okay,
that.
So they're that close together.
Yeah,
Got it.
They are very close together.
I'm just trying to eavesdrop on other conversations going around the table.
Then roll me perception test. Given the fact that people here are mostly whispering, and there's music, clanking of of cutlery, stuff like that, I would say minus 30%. However, you can take your time, but I would say only to maximum of 10% extra if you want.
This is just more of a dinner than anything else. We already know what's here. Like, we know the cult is in here.
Well, remember, what Gaston heard, you didn't.
Yes, but I've seen the guys standing around.
Yeah. I mean, of course.
Yeah, like, we know there's shit going on. There's drugged women everywhere. Like, me as Lambert Cherryheart, I'm like, I don't know what Slaanesh cult is. But this is like every fucking Slaanesh cult that's ever been written in a book. All right. In that case, yeah, we're gonna hit it with the minus 30%. Trying to listen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey.
All right. Wow. No joke. All the important rolls today, you guys been passing brilliantly. I mean, mainly Lambert and Gaston, because Johannes and Gustav, you've been getting your asses kicked.
Yeah, they're at a nice dinner party, and we're like in the sewer getting our asses kicked.
No, I know what will happen next time something like that will occur. Lambert and Gaston, you go down the fucking sewers, and we are going to the party, okay?
Yeah.
not the other way around, assholes. Because Lambert and, Johannes and Gustav have this it's rather hard time in the sewers, and Gaston and Lambert are just having grand old time, speaking with those very nice, very influential people from the Empire. So, Lambert, what you've been listening to what's happening at the table, and two things are surprising to you. First of all, what you are actually hearing, and what you are actually hearing slightly chills your blood. Second is the fact that those people are not really hiding themselves with what they are talking about. And again, like with Gaston, I'm not going to RP every single one of those conversations because it would take forever. But I'm going to tell you. is the ceremony prepared? Yes, right after the dessert. We will initiate the Bretonnian, and she will introduce him to our secrets. You know that they are never satisfied. One day, they might want to do the same thing to one of their coastal or river cities. Just like what they are going to do to Altdorf very soon. Indeed, indeed. Fortunately for us, we are on the right side of history, right? The best side, the winning side. And so how many sacrifices would it take? Oh, I think a couple dozen more. With what happened a few days ago to that halfling pie shop, we've been told that enough energy has been gathered in that part of the city at least, but we still need to power the remaining 2 orbs. So what will be this time? An orphanage perhaps? Maybe a Cheyenne hospice? Oh, I don't know, something easy and well, naturally full of delicious innocent souls. Yes, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to set
sorry,
forward-
Michael, just one more thing. And Gaston, before, they are talking about this like it's a business talk. Like there's no malice in their words. There's no, mustache twirling, ha 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 ha, yeah, fuck you. It's like they are talking literally about selling goods, buying goods, stuff like that. It is completely devoid of emotion and of humanity. And perhaps that's, Lambert, why you are so, I would guess, probably, disgusted or terrified or just disturbed.
Pissed.
Yeah, and probably pissed as well.
I'm going to step forward as they're making their way through dinner. I'm going to step forward and lean forward to Gaston and say, Sir Knight, perhaps you would care for your post-dinner smoke, as the physician has ordered, to relieve your humors before you partake of dessert.
Oh, of course. Thank you for the reminder.
You see that when you're saying this number, of course, a few people closest to Gaston look at him, including Everard, and Everard says, Sir Gaston, but the dessert is almost here, and right after it we wanted to introduce you to this more secretive part of Golden Triangle. I hope that you're not going to be away long.
No.
My dear sir, this is just a few leaves of Phineas's fog maker. It's okay.
All right. Now, in that case, Lambert, I would like for you to roll me fellowship plus 30%, because you are trying to, to bullshit your way out of this.
Let's see here.
So if you have acting, either acting or basic fellowship, it's up to you.
Most of my stuff is for affecting a lot crowd of people and for resisting charms.
This will work. I mean, this is a small crowd of people, but still, I mean, when you said that,
I do have public speaking, so yeah, that's plus 10 on that as well.
Remember, you can have only plus 30% max.
Yeah, so plus 30 charm.
Yeah, it's a counter test. Nice.
Fuck. Does anyone want to give me a luck?
Yeah.
That's a bad botch.
I suggest giving
him my last luck.
No, you can have mine. I haven't used any yet.
Yeah,
I might need it.
Gaston, you may.
Gaston, give me a luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least I didn't botch.
Remember, I can roll worse.
Well, you said it's plus 30, so it still does pass.
You see that Everard looks at you, Lambert looks at Gaston and says, he nods his head. Well, of course, I mean, taking care of one's health is very important. And he snaps his fingers. One of the servants, not serving girls, but servants working for the club in the gold and black livery, approaches, and Everard, without even, calling him by his name, says, please take Sir LaRue and his honorable servant to one of the rooms. He says to the second room upstairs. They will need to use it for medicinal purposes. And servant bows very, very low and says, of course, master. And he looks at you, Gaston. Please follow me, sir. He's not even looking at you, Lambert, when he says that.
Understandable. It's hard to crane your neck down.
Yeah. So, are you getting up?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and follow them.
You are following the young man. He's probably like 15, 16 summers old. Although he is fairly well built. Actually, all of the male servants here are attractive young men or teenagers, and as I've mentioned before, the maids, even if some of them are more on the chubby side, are also very, very attractive. And so you are being led to the first floor, and you go left. The first time you were here, you went right. Now you go left, second left, and when you actually pass the few guards, the few masked, mirrored guards, standing near some of the doors on this floor. The male servant halts in front of a single door, opens it, and within you can see a small, very cozy-looking room with a bookshelf, a small table with 3 mahogany chairs. The window, there is a single window that's actually completely covered by the drapes, by long dark drapes. It smells very nice. It smells slightly of incense. The young man offers for both of you to enter, and he asks you, Lambert, for the first time, please tell me, how long will this procedure take? I must wait for you outside.
Son, you can join us inside. It's fine.
Oh no, it's not my place. I would never dare to do such a thing. Actually, it is forbidden for me, so I will wait here. Just tell me for approximately how much.
10 minutes. 10 minutes should do us fine, sir.
Obviously. And with that, he once again bows to you, Gaston, and exits the room, closes the door behind him, and you actually hear a key entering the lock and being turned.
I move as quickly and quietly as I can over to that window and move the drapery aside.
You're on the first floor, and the window is high. The window is, I would say, half a meter high. Actually, it almost goes to the ceiling. It's also fairly wide. It is also covered in steel grate. Whatever,
Got it.
Yeah, sorry. Bars. It's covered in steel bars. Yeah. Also, interestingly enough, it's made from very thick, foggy glass. So even if it would be day and it would be sunny, there would be minimal light coming inside.
Got it. I turn around, I produce my pouch, and I do actually start rolling a pair of cigars from my fog maker tobacco.
Okay.
Which is a famous, and I start telling them, Sir Bretonian, this is the best halfling tobacco. You've never had this before. You will enjoy it. And after saying that, I go into a deep whisper. I'm just like, they want to initiate you into whatever the fuck they're doing here, and these are the people that are responsible for killing my entire family. I hope I don't have to say it, that if you're planning on going through with this, you're fucking dead to me.
Well, we might not have a choice if we're trying to figure out what's going on.
I would also like to point out that they locked the door when we came in here and the windows are barred. So if this is not a trap, then they obviously don't want you leaving.
True.
And I hand him one cigar and I take the other and I said, it's customary to light them both at the same time. And I touch the tinderbox up.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And light our cigars. What were you able to find out in your conversations?
Well, it appears that they definitely want me to join, and it seems like Everhard is already telling people that I am a member. So I don't really know how we should proceed with this. What do you think?
I wouldn't ask you to forsake the lady. That's pretty fucked up. But I'm gonna hedge my bets here. We're gonna have to kill someone or fight our way out of here at a certain point. There's no way we can intrigue our way out. I was hoping we could drag that little bastard in here and knock his ass out. Give us some more wiggle room. But doesn't look like that's going to be really an option. Man, I mean, it helps to have you. It's nice to have the muscle. I remember we had an ogre back in the mood that would move stuff around for us. You think you could move these bookshelves off?
I guess I could try.
Good. I'm going to have him push one of the bookshelves slightly in front of where the door opens.
Okay, so first, sorry, both of you also, roll me perception tests -20. I know that you've been whispering. Lambert?
I did.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you've passed, right? Yeah.
Yep.
When you said move the bookshelves, you take a glance towards one of the bookshelves. Actually, the only one bookshelf. Sorry, there's only one bookshelf. Sorry. And you see one thing. You see that in between the books, something glinted for a second. Like the book is covered in probably a few dozen tomes, rather thick. What are you doing?
Something glinted?
Yeah. Something caught the light of the oil lamp lighting this place up.
I duck down and move over to the shelf and reach up to where I saw it.
Okay. You do that, and Gaston, you see what Lambert is doing. When you duck down and you get to the shelf and reach to where you saw it, you feel that your hand closes around on something thin, circular, being in between two large tomes, leather bound, of course.
I pull.
You can't. It won't budge. It's very thin. It's like maybe in diameter it's close to a straw from which you drink, but when you touch it, you can feel that it's made of strong metal, perhaps steel or iron.
It's just jutting out?
It's not jutting out per se, it's nestled between the books. And it's
not moving when I pull on it.
No, and you only had this lack of spotting it because it reflected the light. But then again,
and you said about as thick as a straw?
Yeah, but then you also realize one thing: the glint that you saw. You are almost certain that it wasn't a glint of light from metal. It was a glint of light from glass.
I'm going to inhale deeply from the cigar, put my mouth around the hole of this thing, and blow the smoke through.
Okay. When you do that, I mean, so you're getting up. Essentially, you want to blow at this thing, right?
Yeah.
So when you inhale deeply, you get up and you blow the smoke. You can see that you are looking into a small, like, maybe lens, crystal lens, and
Yeah.
you blow the smoke, and you hear very faintly from behind the wall a loud curse.
Well, trap sprung, boys.
And now we go back to Gustav and Johannes.
Take that.
New round. Gustav, what are you doing? Sorry, I need to switch music again. Are you still trying to strike the combatant fighting Johannes?
Johannes is assailant, yeah.
Okay. So what? Additional plus 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so plus 20 total roll. Nice. You've managed to. I mean, your club is flying towards the creature's arm, sorry, and it failed to dodge. Roll damage.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Uh,
How much?
5.
Well, once again, you've managed to strike the creature, but the blow was weak, and it hissed.
You're telling me.
Yeah, it hissed in anger, but really it doesn't look that much affected, unfortunately. Now we have Dayon. Dayon will actually try and strike this thing with one attack, and with other he will declare additional parry with the dagger. So first strike, it fails, and you at this like point he just screams to you, "Kill those things before they tear us to shreds!" To both of you, Johannes and Gustav. And
I'm on it.
Johannes, and you're up.
Okay. I try my tried and true method of smacking him in the forehead with the butt of the crossbow.
Go for it. Nice.
Yeehaw!
And it wasn't his turn yet, so he can dodge again. So roll for damage.
Alright. So that would be
D10 plus your strength minus 4.
plus my strength minus 4. Okay, let's do an advanced roller. So I'm gonna do a D10. Oop. My strength is 3. Minus 4 is minus 1. Alright, there we go. Rolling. Oop. 2
Oh my
points.
god.
So for 2, all right. So you try to smash this thing, and you've ineffectually just struck his ribs. It pushed the crossbow aside, and it tries to rip out your throat. But first we'll go with Gustav's assailant. The creature. They are all, by the way, screeching and howling horribly. It tries to kill you, Gustav. It tries to end you here in this stinking sewer, and it actually goes right for your abdomen. Are you parrying or dodging?
Dodging.
Okay, roll. You've passed?
That should do it. There's no modifiers.
No, there are no modifiers. But you are still. I don't hear you that well, Brian. If you could.
Yeah, sorry, I was
No
across the room when I said that.
All right, so so you've barely but managed to avoid being getting eviscerated, and the second strike fortunately misses you completely. But again, this dance of combat, this dance of death, you feel with each strike you feel getting weaker and weaker, and those things they look like they are almost preternaturally determined to shred you to pieces. Johannes, case in point. your fiend, first strike, he tried to slash your chest, he failed. The second strike, you've also swatted away with your weapon. And finally we have Dayon's. Right, this is a head strike, so Dayon will try and parry. Nice knowing you, Dan. Actually, no, I don't think that's that bad. So 3 plus only 3, so 6 minus. 3, so that's so 6 points. Okay, in that case, I need to roll on critical hits for him. Because Dayon is unfortunately getting a critical. Okay. So that was -2 on 43. 6. 6 to the head.
Ow.
Oh, nice. All right. So what happened? And Johannes, you really saw that. The creature slammed Dayon to the ground, breaking his nose. The man he didn't even scream because he was so stunned. And since he's laying on the ground, the second strike will be much easier. He's stunned. If I recall correctly, stunned.
You just need to not botch, I think. Like, it automatically hits, but you still have to roll to not botch. Right?
I mean, wait a second. Running snares. It's plus 20% strike to a stunned opponent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But with minus 10% for a second strike, yeah, it goes to the leg. And since he's stunned, he can dodge or parry in any way. Again, this is 6 minus his toughness. Toughness of 3. So minus 3, so once again I'm going to roll. He is important enough to your situation that I've given. I would normally kill him normally. Normally I would kill him outright. Because I don't really use criticals on basic mooks or NPCs. But given that you are in the sewers and he's your guide, I think he's important enough to warrant that. So it's minus 3. I'm going to roll on... Oh shit. 13. Okay. 13 to the leg. Cutting damage. No, sorry. All right, Johannes, and you saw that. The creature ripped Dayon's leg off at the knee.
Oh!
Ow.
And the spray of blood is obscene. Dayon howls in agony, and this is the worst sound that you've ever heard. Even worse than those howls in the sewers a few hours earlier. You think that they were a few hours. Now I need to roll a d10. Okay, yeah.
He bleeds out immediately.
Yeah, he actually did. Because I've rolled on for how many turns he will bleed out unless a heal test is made, and that's a single turn.
Yeah.
So yeah, the thing is just standing with his leg in its claws, brandishing it like a club over its head.
Super.
Yeah. New round, Gustav. You've heard what happened, and in your peripheral vision you saw the the outline of your guide falling to the ground, and then you hear the horrible sound of ripping and tearing, and the house of pure pain and anguish. And you know that this is not going well. What are you going to do? Actually, since you are fighting right now mostly with Johannes's assailant, you saw what happened. You can clearly see that. Dayon lost his leg. Dayon lost his it was 91, so it was left leg down below the knee, and the amount of blood flowing from the wound is just insane. You know that he's dead. You know that you won't make it in time to help him. You saw way too many injuries like that during your gang times in Marienburg.
I'm gonna scream no and try and hit the assailant that's fighting Johannes again with more desperation and rage this time.
Do you want to maybe make an all-out attack?
No. I have to keep the composure.
All right, but you are trying desperately to club the thing.
Yeah, just for role-playing purposes, I'm trying.
Yeah.
More desperately.
Roll in that case. Weapon skill. Wow.
I'm using my last box for that.
You bounce the staff off the floor and it hits you in the face.
It was something like that. No! And then you try to strike, and you were so filled with this righteous fury that you almost missed completely. Your weapon almost flew somewhere into the dark, but fortunately you've managed just in time to get a good grip on it, and you smash it down at the creature. Of course, it will try and dodge your blow, and it failed. 69. Of course, it's a success of sorts, but it's also a failure. So roll damage. 6. Again, you are just striking at the creature, but their hides, their forms are scrawny and they are horribly thin. But for some reason, you think that their hides are extra strong. It's like hitting this old leather. Your blows are practically bouncing from them. Even though the creature hisses in pain, it's still standing. Dayon is out, so it doesn't matter. Johannes, what about you? You also saw what happened.
Am I mistaken in thinking that I don't have an attack because I fucked up or something happened last time?
Oh yeah, because you've botched, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. You don't. True, but you can do the defensive stance, like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it will be minus 20% to strike you. All right. You, with your arm jarred and with one of your comrades, you took a glance at him and you see the damage done. You know that Dayon is done for. Sorry. Dayon is done for. Yeah. So you can only desperately try and stay alive, and so first creature will strike Gustav. I mean, Gustav's creature will strike Gustav. It goes towards your arm, Gustav. Actually, wait, arm? Yeah, left arm. Do you want to parry or dodge?
Dodge.
Nice. You've managed to. Well, now you're fighting for your survival. You managed to just, avoid the blow completely. Second strike. Goes for the exact same spot. Do you want to parry?
Parry this time, yeah. No. Unless I have a bonus.
How much weapon skill do you have?
42.
No, unfortunately you don't. So this goes through. I'm going to roll. Ooh, that's 12 damage.
Oh my.
12 damage hit to your left
12.
arm. Yeah.
So 8, After my toughness.
If you have armor, of course, also. 7 go through, yes?
Yeah.
Roll minus 10% toughness characteristic.
Minus 10, that does not make it.
You lose additional 2 wounds.
Oof.
So, what happened? Perhaps you've been distracted by what happened to Daon, and the creature used that distraction. It opened your arm, blood is everywhere, on your clothes, on your face, on your harness, and you can feel the infection almost immediately entering your bloodstream. The clothes of those creatures are caked in filth. And you can feel this hotness, entering your body. You feel numb. At the same time, you feel pain. It's like you can't really decide. How much HP do you have left?
6 after that.
Oh.
Will resistance to disease help?
No, because this is not. I mean, it will help later if you survive. Because everyone who has been wounded here will roll for disease, and this will help, but not in case of this attack, unfortunately. Okay, and Johannes, your opponent.
Yes.
First strike. Whoa, what's the sound? What's the sound? First strike missed completely. It tried to rip your arm off, and the second strike. Wait. What's that sound in the background?
What's the sound?
The sound like someone is
Scraping
Sounds like somebody's mauling their microphone.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I had to take my headphones out. I don't know if that did it. Sorry. They died, so I'm trying to put new ones in.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, okay.
Both strikes missed you completely, Johannes. As for Daon's assailant, you see that, I mean, he's still alive for a few seconds more. Daon, I mean. And he's still alive when the creature, holding his ripped leg in one hand, is dragging him into the darkness with his other hand. To probably feast on him. So now, we have new round. Gustav, you're up. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try and attack the same guy I've been working on this whole time.
Okay. Once again, if you want to make plus 10%, you get plus 20% total, because Johannes is fighting with him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Sure. Go.
Oh my god.
The wound that's been dealt to you, the blood loss, the poison coursing through your body, they've all contributed to you missing this blow completely. Johannes, thank the gods. Of course, this is horrible to say, but thank the gods. The creature that killed Daon is too busy with securing his kill. So so you and Gustav only have a single opponent each, but still, your enemy is still up. Gustav is desperately trying to clap him, but he fails. It's up to you.
Right. By the power of Grayskull.
Yeah.
Power of Thundera.
I call to my ancestors to guide the butt of my.
To guide my butt.
To guide my butt. Huzzah!
Nice.
Take that.
The creature.
Now.
No, Brian missed, so the creature can dodge. The creature didn't dodge. Wait, I need to check. No, it didn't. Roll damage.
Okay. All right. D10 minus 1.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, He-Man. I am the strongest person in Ternia.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So,
right.
you try to summon.
Time to give.
Yeah, sorry. You try to summon the power of your ancestors. Unfortunately, your blow was same as with Gustav.
Unfortunately, your ancestors were all as limp-dicked as you.
Yeah, exactly. Your blow was just too weak because of the wound, the blood loss, and possibly the despair that is settling over you, because you know what will happen to both of you if you fall here. You will become nothing but meal to those degenerate cannibal creatures, and then you will be shut out in some side sewer, never to be seen or heard about again. So anyway, the creatures, Gustav, the thing that pounced on you before is now trying to secure the kill, and just, you know, scratches wildly with the disgusting claws that it has. First strike, fortunately for you, Shalia and Ranat are on your side, misses completely. The second strike goes for the leg. This is, funny enough, this is the same number I wrote for Dayon for the leg ripping. So tell me, do you want to dodge or parry?
I'm gonna dodge. Try to anyway.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, and so tell me, I'm giving you a choice. Do you want extra D4 damage, or do you want to roll on the parry weapons botch table? I'm giving you a choice. I mean, you know.
Roll on the table.
Okay, so roll me D10. 2. Alright. You try desperately to dodge the attack. Unfortunately, your weapon held in your offhand flies away from your hand, and it lands approximately 5 yards away. You know, falling into the shit and blood mixed water of this horrible place. You've lost the dagger, so you don't have automatic parry. And now I'm going to roll for the damage. It goes to the leg. For 6 total.
So I take 1.
Alright, so roll again, minus 10% toughness, please. No, so you lose another 2. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How much do you have left?
3.
3. Yes?
Yeah.
So you are still lightly wounded for the game, for the purposes of healing. Okay, yeah, so once the creature simply swatted the weapon away from your hand with one of its claws, and the other one went deep into into the meat of your leg. You screamed in pain, but the creature is not done with you yet. It has... Actually, no, sorry, it was... those were 2 rows. Those were its 2 rows. So now we have Johannes's assailant. Johannes, the first strike misses you completely, fortunately. The second one... Whoa! The second one, actually... the second one was the end of this thing. Because...
He rips his own balls off.
Yeah, no, because it focused on what happened to Gustav when it heard the scream of pain after its comrade dug its claws deep in Gustav's leg, and it gave you enough time to simply strike the creature as hard as possible with the buttstock of your crossbow and break its neck. The second fiend falls to the ground. Very good. However, when you take a quick glance towards where the second last assailant is, the one with Dayon's body, you can see that it's actually trying to pull the body to the top of this brick wall, partially covering one of the side entrances that I described before. You know that it will probably try to disappear behind the hole and take Dayon with it. So yeah, that was very nice. And Gustav, Johannes helped you to some extent because you know that he just dealt with his assailant, and so now it's two of you against a single opponent. Your opponent. What are you doing? This is the last creature that you are fighting now. You don't know. You're too focused on it to know what is happening to the creature that killed Dayon. You're not sure, but you have still this one to deal with.
I'm gonna take a swing at it, and well, I guess I don't need the extra parry anymore. I might as well do all-out attack, right?
You won't be able to dodge. Remember,
I won't be able to dodge.
No,
Okay.
you can dodge or parry if you make an all-out attack. I suggest declaring perhaps a parry with your main weapon and attack, since you don't have a bonus from Johannes yet because he's not yet attacking.
I don't have an offhand weapon anymore, so I don't even think parrying is an option.
No, you can parry if you declare parry, because offhand gives you a free parry. But you can declare parrying with any weapon that you want.
Okay, I'll do that so I can still attack and get a parry.
Okay, so you declare a single attack and a parry. All right, roll for weapon skill.
Oh my god!
Roll d10.
Like I'm doing it to myself.
All right.
Sisters are doing it for themselves. Sorry.
No worries. You've overreached yourself and you almost stumble. You twisted your ankle in the effort to recover. For the next 5 rounds, you lose 1 movement and 10 initiative, which means that you will still be first, I believe. Because how much initiative you had?
15? It was 59.
So you have 49. Yeah, so you still be first. But you also be much weaker. You hiss in pain because you sprain your ankle, and you've missed completely. And Johannes, you're up now.
All right. Is kind of tossing my crossbow at the guy the same as dropping it.
Tossing?
You're just so like I go like to distract him and then pull my club out, or do I just have to drop it?
I mean, throwing an improvised weapon, I guess.
Well, first of all, yeah, but you are throwing an improvised weapon, and you are throwing into combat, which means that if you want aim at the enemy, you will. I will actually randomize who's hit. You can declare aiming and throwing. Sure. In that case, you hit your intended target.
Okay, well, so I'm not really intending to cause damage so much as I'm just trying to.
Buy yourself time to change weapons.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, okay, I'll just do it. It's the rule of cool.
Okay, so tell me, do you just throw and we randomize, or do you want to aim and throw?
No, throw and randomize.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Roll ballistic skill.
Because I'm doing so well. Well, my ballistic skill is good.
Well, Johannes is probably gonna die.
Okay, so I miss.
Yeah, you just threw the weapon over the creature's head. It fell into one of the piles of bones. It's laying there. You are defenseless right now. And the creature will capitalize on that. Because it sees that you don't have anything in your hands, it will try and attack you with both attacks. And now, attacking a defenseless opponent gives you a very big modifier.
Well, am I really defenseless? I just don't have anything in my hand.
Yeah, you are. If you don't have even a single weapon in your hand, for games purposes, you are considered defenseless. Which means that I need to check on the table very quickly. I think it will be Okay, I'm just going to roll the first strike and Let's see how. That's the thing. I think he just hit. Sorry, give me a second.
No worries.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, let's say that he failed with that. I can find it and I don't want to spend who knows how much time.
Yeah. Get you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and second attack. Just let me roll. Second hits. So you can dodge if you want.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Nice!
Okay.
Yeah! Excellent!
More Matrix shit.
Yeah, you've just, you moved away from the distance of its claws, even though you know that you are very defenseless right now. All right, and new round, Gustav, you're up.
All out attack.
Mm-hmm. All out attack. All right, so you get a total of plus 30%.
Die! That hits.
Mm-hmm. Wait, let me see. Yeah, that hits. This thing will try and dodge, of course. Yeah, it's enough. You've raised your club and you've howled die, and you brought the club down on this creature's shoulder. It was fixated on Johannes, who is defenseless, and perhaps because of that, the creature thought that it would be easy prey, and you simply broke down, like you've just smashed the creature's shoulder in. The splinters of blood entered the lungs and heart. The thing vomited blood, fell to its knees, like wobbled the head left and right, and fell face first into the brackish sewer water and lay still. Johannes, when you look at Gustav, you see that he has this horrible look on his face, half crazed, half mad. Both of you hear the sound of scraping, of something being squeezed through a narrow entrance, and you see, the last thing you see before he disappears is dead Daeon's remaining good leg disappearing into the darkness of the right sewer entrance, the mostly bricked one. You are alone in this chamber of awful, this,
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Awful.
Yeah, this horrible place of death and misery and godlessness. You are somewhere under the streets of Altdorf. You are both wounded. You don't know where you are. You don't have any map. You are on your last legs. And I would like for both of you to last 2 rows of this game today. Roll me toughness tests. Gustav, you first. You have the The resistance to disease, of course, will come in handy right now. You've passed. Nice. Johannes?
Resist poison.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not resist poison, resist disease.
I know. Yeah. I know. I have resist poison, though.
And I think this is where we end today.
Okay, sounds good.
That was a really, really good game.
Yeah, on a cliffhanger of sorts. I think both groups, I've given you equal attention, at least I tried. Yeah. Sorry, my voice. So, points. Long session, everyone gets 80 points basic today. Sorry, standard, of course. For your characters, everyone gets 10 points. No, remember, note maker, notes points, of course. Oh, actually, sorry. Attacking a defenseless opponent, you don't get any bonuses. Alright, that's... I just had to check, but either way, the second attack shown, it would hit, even with minuses, so just so you know.
Okay.
Anyway,
No, that's
yeah, points for
characters. 80 and 10?
Yeah, 80, 10 now. Place of birth, Gustav, Marienburg.
I don't think I did anything Marienburg-y.
Yeah, I don't think as well. Johannes, what about you?
I feel like I might have said something about Reichland, but I feel like it wasn't like enough, if that makes sense.
I can give you 5 points. I mean, you were adding something here and there. I know that there wasn't, there weren't that too many opportunities, but sure. So I can give you 5 points.
Okay.
Lambert, what about you?
I talked about the famously thick smoke of the Phineas Fogmaker.
True, and I think there was something else, honestly.
I mentioned how we had an ogre, and it's nice to have somebody with muscle around when I was talking to Gaston.
So I can give you 10 points total. Yeah. Gaston, what about you?
I mentioned the lady, and I didn't know anything about my government.
Yeah. Lady is more about the deity, the goddess. But, of course...
You mentioned both Carcassonne, Artois, and Coron today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I talked about the
Duke saying, like, the Dukes take care of that. That sounds reasonable to me. I would give you 5 points.
Yeah, I will give you 5 points for that, Andy. Sure thing. Religion, Gustav, Runout and Shalia.
We're in the chamber that had the three-eyed skull in it. I said, Mother shall I shine in light in this dark place. I think I yelled something Rinaldi out when we were fighting.
You yelled no, and you wanted to help someone, if I recall correctly. You said that I wouldn't be able to get to him to help him, which is very Shalian, I believe. I mean, for me, you get 10 points. Johannes, what about you?
Well, I know I did the sign of the hammer. I think when we were in the weird skull place, and I feel like I said something about Sigmar, and then I tried to do the ancestor thing, sort of as a semi-religious thing, but I don't know if that's more...
ancestor worship, it kind of works in the Empire. Not to the extent, for example, like in Dwarven culture, of course, but it works.
Right.
You know what? I like that. For now, I can give you 10 points for that, sure. Lambert?
Okay.
For what? For a deity?
Religion, yeah.
I didn't really... I mean, aside from saying Phineas's name, I didn't mention Ranald really at all.
Phineas is a halfling.
Phineas is a halfling deity of like hearth, home, and tobacco.
I can give you 5 points for that. Sure. Gaston, the lady.
Right.
But
about it.
Only just mentioning, right?
I said the lady blesses something. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good considering that then they were like, wait, is this guy not a cultist?
Yeah, again, like Lady Blesses single instance, I can give you 5 points for that, sure. Star sign, Gustav.
The only thing I can think of, like, if being helpful is desirable, that's the only thing I could think of. Like, I didn't really do anything. Amorous, desirable, scornful.
Amorous, desirable. Honestly, I don't think that any of those things would work today.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to.
Yeah, I know. Like, it was hard because you were in the sewer and it was mostly combat. But yeah, sorry. As much as I try, I don't think that any of those would work. Johannes, what about you?
I'm the Piper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I did any wheeling or dealing unless.
No.
Here, let me. Can I interest you in the butt of this?
No. But by the way,
Yeah.
fortunately, when Dayon died, he left your dagger here, so you won't lose it.
Okay, yay.
So that's good. But that's for next session anyway. Lambert, what about your star sign?
Wyman the Anchorite, which is about caution, and I would like to think every action I took in the basement was leaning towards that.
10 points, of course. Gaston, what about your star sign?
As the drummer, so it's excessive, hedonistic, celebratory. I mean, I went to a party and tried to mingle with some assholes.
Yeah, that's actually a rather good explanation, I would say. Sure. For that, I can give you 10. Doom, Gustav.
I said you've supped your last drop of blood, fiend.
Okay, from the cup of corruption, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. Was hard fight. I will give you 10 points. Johannes, what about you?
Did we get a new?
No, we haven't gotten one yet.
You
okay,
haven't.
no, yeah, so forget it.
Okay,
that's
so
what I was like. I was like, did we get the new?
No.
We got
yet?
directions to somebody, but we haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Unfortunately, not
that,
yet.
That would be 0.
Yeah, that would be 0.
How much did Gustav get?
10, I believe.
Okay.
So now we
sorry,
have Lambert.
Thy tongue shall be thy undoing. I think mimicking the voice of that racist fuckhead is about the strongest I've ever had.
10 points, of course. 10 points without any questions. Gaston, what about you?
I don't think I did anything. It's indulgence, and thy dark desire shall end thee.
Okay. So yeah, not yet, at least. So I'll give Lambert 5 points for Halfling, and I'll give Lambert and Gaston 5 points for pushing the scenario forward, actually, with their listening checks, with their speaking, stuff like that. Yeah.
Even though I didn't know anything.
Well, no, that's not true. You've heard quite a lot.
No, I'm being funny.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, of course.
Didn't realize the king and all that stuff.
Yeah. So anyway.
I am picking up the last 2 advances I need to make.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go to another career.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick them up, but I will ask you on next session either way, so because I won't remember. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks, guys. Now for the next game, 23rd or further on?
1 sec.
I need to find.
For me.
I think it's okay for me. Just let me double check.
Mm-hmm.
That should be.
Yeah, it should be alright.
Yeah, 23rd's fine.
All right, so we are playing on 23rd Standard Time. We return to the wonderful adventures of. We'll start with Lambert and Gaston this time, of course. And so, thank you for the game, and I'll hear from you soon. Bye bye.
All right,
bye guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.